All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to DCC Sunday Morning Drive. This is part 2 of the Emerald Enchanter. As last we left off, you basically, people from your village had been kidnapped, captured, taken away. Through rumor, clues, basically some firsthand experiences, you were basically told that they were taken by the Emerald Enchanter up to his like factory palace, his sanctum, basically. You guys traveled for a few days, found his sanctum up on this cliffside, and started making your way in. You came across strange things like these large emerald statues. Some of them looked very refined. You could see fine details in everything. Some of them looked a little bit more rough, like they didn't have a lot of detail. Killing the ones that didn't have a lot of detail shattered into pieces. The ones that you killed that had more detail to them switched into human form as they died, calling out that there was a person named Thesdipides that could possibly help save everybody else. As you made your way into the building itself, you came across some strange sights. A tile monster attacked you. You guys got past that. You saw this large emerald table that these flying skulls came out of, as well as this small emerald wizard. He disappeared back inside of the table as the skulls just seemed to float and follow you around. You searched through several of the chambers, finding a few trinkets and things here along the way. You ended up discovering a secret room that had a mummified body. This happened to be Thesdipides. You successfully cast your Speak with the Dead on him and asked him several questions, identifying a word that would be useful for transforming some of the emerald creatures back into flesh. You guys haven't recovered any prisoners yet or saved anyone. And last we left off, you went past a room with a giant skull that shot laser beams out of the eyes. Were able to find the secret door and get out of that room and have entered this room here. And again, as you enter this room, the open hallway is clean and spare, except for the dirty brown webbing on the far walls. There is a creaking noise, and the southwest door opens. A spidery thing scurries through. It stops and faces you, its legs twitching, and you realize this is no spider, but a severed hand, walking like an insect on its fingertips. The hand seems to stand and observe you. Then another severed hand walks out from behind it, and then a third. And that is what you see to the bottom right of the screen there. So we're going to go ahead and pause there really quick. Our new player, Oramagi, have you gotten into Foundry yet?
Yes. 1 second here. I did have it, but here we go. Yeah, I believe I'm in it, or I'm in No Reason to Worry, and I'm at launch leave game. Should I hit launch?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm in.
At least I believe you launched, because I have only played as a DM, so I'm not sure what it looks like from the player side.
Yeah, it gave me. I thought I was just going right in, and instead, let's hit it.
There might be a drop down that you got to select your name on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it'll say Oramagi and Zama. I try to call people by their character names, but I'll flip back and forth between character and screen name.
Downloading world data.
Okay, you're loading in right now. Okay.
I thought I was right there.
Perfect. All right, so while that loads in for you, we will continue. So, with that, basically at this point, I'm going to throw everybody into initiative, just for tracking purposes as this is going on. Right. So, again, for everyone rolling your initiative, on the right hand of the screen, you'll see the combat log, basically, our chat log there. Up on the top, you'll see several little icons. The crossed sword is the combat encounter. So you can simply click on the combat encounter. You'll see a little die next to your name. You click on that, and it'll roll your initiative.
Oh, damn. I can't see the die, actually, for some reason.
You don't see that. Go ahead and you can just roll your initiative manually, and I can update it for you.
Yeah. Somebody else had the same problem last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
But after a
so-
while, we came back.
Yeah. Roll it in. Oh, yeah, from the.
Yeah, just from your character sheet.
Woo.
There we go. That's mine. And it's.
All right. The first one was a 17. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, hey, our new guy's going to be starting. So as you guys hear this commotion here, this bottom door to the left slams open, and running out of it is another elf. He looks panicked as he runs out of the door. So Zama, you are up. What would you like to do?
Let's pop an arrow into these things.
All right. As you came running out, you saw inside there were 4 more hands inside, and that was like a kitchen.
For a total of
Total of 7 creatures so far. So you got 3 outside and then 4 inside that kitchen.
I'm looking for this. I've got the combat. I see my name there, but I don't. Oh, is this it?
So all you have to do to activate anything is you double click on your character token. So your character token is the one that says Zama Bay under it. You double click on that. That'll open your character sheet. From there, you can see all of your main stats. You click on one of the words, strength, agility, stamina. It rolls those for you, just like reflex, fort, and will. And then there's tabs. Your equipment tab. You'll see a little die next to your longsword and your longbow. And then if you go to elf spells, you'll see your spells. They have dies on them. So again, you can click on those to roll those automatically.
Wow. All right. Well, okay. So I'm in combat. I'm clicking on Zama Bay. A sheet should be opening up. Is that what you're saying?
No, your actual character token on the map. Yeah.
Okay.
Click on your character token on the map. Double click, it opens up. If you have your character sheet, you can always roll manually in the dice tray too if you want.
All right. Let's.
You say we are still paused also.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, I don't see my token on the screen. I do see, like, to me, the screen
Oh, you know
looks
why?
black.
That's because I didn't give you control of your token. I apologize. Let me fix that for you. Sorry, I got home at 6 hours ago and from gaming for like 12 hours, so I'm a little out of it.
I thought I threw that sheet at you early in the day yesterday, and instead it'd been sitting there for hours, just hanging. So I'm sorry that got to you so late.
No worries, no worries. Okay, your character token should be able to see him now, right?
All right. Well, I see little words here. Let me see if I can enlarge this. Figure out which one's done. Sorry for the delay.
You're fine.
All right. How do I? Oh, here. Got it. Good. All right. Now I've got my character sheet. All right. Now I'm looking at the character sheet, and I do combat by. What do I click on?
So what did you want to do?
Let's do a missile, longbow.
Longbow? Okay, so you, if you have your character sheet open, you'll see a tab that says Equipment. And then in Equipment, you'll see your longbow, and there's a little dice icon next to the word longbow. You just click on that, and it'll roll it for you.
Do not see equipment. hand.
That's okay. Go ahead and just roll a d20, and we're going to add a 1 to it.
All right.
Oh, sorry, add 2. We'll add 2. So the dice tray down the bottom right, you'll see all the little dice icons. You find the d20, add 2, and roll. Got it there? You want me to just roll this first one for you?
Sure.
All right. That way you'll have time.
But I don't.
So you're going to use your longbow. That is a 20 for 6 points of damage to that first hand. With that, you basically wipe out that first hand. The arrow goes showing straight through it, pinning it to this back wall as it is dead. That first hand is down. All right. Did you want to move anymore or stay there just outside the kitchen?
Let's hold tight.
Okay. Then with that, we are on to Dalnith.
Yeah, and Dalnith overcomes her surprise for this fellow elf bursting out of the kitchen. And she yells out, "Nice shots!" And she also takes aim with her long bow and shoots at the hand to the left-hand side.
Okay.
There we go. Oh,
That arrow goes sailing over, sticking into the wall and shattering.
damn. And that's my turn.
Tom.
Oh, wait, can I move back? Can I move back, please?
Absolutely. How far did you want to move back?
Just 10 feet back. Yeah, there you go.
Just straight back.
It's 10 feet, right?
Yeah, the squares are roughly 10 feet on this.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, I'm down some hit points and also up some disapproval, but I'm going to turn unholy on these.
All
I
right.
raise up my shield of Justicia, and that's a D24 because of the shield.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I won't end up with even more disapproval. I'm at approval 5 right now, so. Let me see if this works with rolling a D24.
Okay.
No, it rolled a D. No, it rolled a D20.
That's okay.
Let me try it again with the actual D24.
Okay. All right. So
Okay, that's 20.
22 takes you up to. These guys have a quarter HD. So they are going to be turned. So you see the two hands skitter and begin running right back through the door they came out of.
I'm also can see like 3 others.
Yep.
As well, so those would also be turned.
They would be turned. So go ahead and roll me. It's 1d6 plus character level. So go ahead and roll me a d6. So 4 total get turned and run.
Yep.
All
Excellent.
right. So we'll go ahead. No, I won't mark these because my markings aren't showing up right. Yeah, my Foundry's working funky too. There was an update recently, so it's behaving a little funky. That's okay. All right. So
well,
4 of them turned.
I think I figured out the dice rolling mechanism, but now my screen, all I'm seeing is I can see characters moving around, like the names moving around. Judge Shadow is moving around right now, and then black. I don't see anything else.
You don't see the map itself?
No.
All right.
Is there an option I should be clicking on?
It may have been something I did. How does that look?
Oh, yeah, I can see the map now.
I forgot to give you a vision. There we go. Okay.
I was going to say, it seemed like it just refreshed a second ago, and then I lost the map.
Oh.
I guess I'll try to refresh myself.
Yeah, try to refresh. Yeah, I apologize for the clunkiness today. As I said, there was an update recently, so I haven't been on it since the update happened and been able to figure out any of the issues. So
I'm good.
good. Okay. All right. So Tom runs forward. He raises up his shield and his holy symbol, calls out to Justicia, and she assists him by turning 4 of these severed hands that run back through the door that they came out of. All right, Carl, you're up.
All right. So let me see here. So I'm going to move. Let me just see the distance. So 20 feet here, and then oh my God, there's a lot of hands here. I will attack this one here.
Okay.
Yes.
You absolutely smash that one to pieces.
Now let me ask you a question. I have 25 of movement speed. I run 20 and attack. Can I move another 5?
Yeah, I could
end
let
my
you
turn?
step into the door as you smash that one as you step into the door.
No, actually, I want to step
Oh,
outside.
yeah, that's
I
fine.
want to
Yeah,
step here. Yeah.
absolutely. You can do that too.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
Now the severed hands turn. The one of the turned is dead. The other 3 are trying to run away inside, but there are 2 additional hands that come scurrying out to attack, and they attack at Carl.
Sorry, Skull.
That is going to be a 20 versus your AC.
No, he fails.
Fails. All
No,
right.
actually, no. My AC is exactly 20 right
All
now.
right. Take 1 point of damage. And the
Right.
second one, that one's going to miss. That's only a 13 as it tries to scratch you. The first one found one little opening in your armor and scratched you with his twisted, gnarled nail. The second one could not find an opening. All right, Satch, you're up.
All right, I guess I'm gonna send in the animals.
Okay. They go charging in. They got pretty good speed, so they can just charge all the way up there.
All right, first I'll go with the hound. Bite attack.
Okay. And the bite attack, I'll pop these out so I can remember what they are again.
+4, I think. Yeah.
Bite is +6.
Oh,
So
+6.
that is
okay.
definitely enough. Roll me a d6 +2.
Plus 2d6.
All right, that is enough. He gnaws down on this hand like a chew toy and shakes it around violently as it falls apart in its mouth and it swallows it down.
And then the chicken will peck the other one.
All right. That one is a +2. So that, I believe, is still enough. That 11, that hits just barely. Roll me a d3 on that one. And that is a 2. That is enough to destroy that one as well.
All right, I'm gonna hang back. See
Okay.
what else comes through.
All right, Ray.
All right, I guess I'll step in a bit so I can actually see what's going on. Shit. Those are hands, though?
There's no more hands that you
those are
see.
summons.
You have an open door here. You have the open door down here, and there is from what you've probably heard them saying, there's probably a couple more inside that closet down in the bottom.
Gotcha. Well, I can't see shit, and I don't know that I could really move much further without or end attack. So I guess I'll just group up here with.
All right. So as that all happens, you guys are able to take out the first initial sets of hands. Zama, you are up.
All right, I can still see hands. Let's see.
You knew that there were several more inside the kitchen that you came sprinting out of.
Okay. But that door is closed now.
It's open currently. unless you close it on your way out.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, and I can see hands there in the corner there. So let's pop another arrow. D20 plus 1. Roll.
Oof.
Ooh.
Not enough. Firing through the doorway, these hands are moving rapidly as they're doing things in that kitchen, and you basically take out a pot that's inside. All right, you moving at all or staying where you're at?
I'm going to stand out of the doorway. I shouldn't have stepped to that doorway. Give other people a chance.
Okay, so you're going to step down out of the way?
Yep.
All right. All right. Downeth, you're up. All right, Downeth, what you doing?
Sorry, I was talking to my muted mic. Yeah, I have a hardware switch. Damn. Okay, so I moved to the door, and I would like to ready a melee attack for the first thing that comes out. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Yep. Okay. I'm ready.
All right, Tom.
Let's see. So we see a. To switch to a bow is going to take an action, right?
Yes. Yeah, especially since you're wielding
bow.
a shield and mace. Or
I will switch to a bow. That'll be my turn.
All right, Carl.
Then
Okay, I'm gonna enter the room. So, just a second. Okay, gonna enter here, and I'm going to attack this one here.
Okay.
So, can I use my dice D because they are really lightweight right hand? So, can I take my hammer, attack him, and if my did work, I want to strike him and launch him like on this hand here as well. So
Okay.
one stumbles against the other. So see
Not
how
a
it
problem.
goes.
All right. I will say with that deed, you run up, baseball swing, or golf swing since he's on the ground, smack the one hand. It automatically just goes flying back, smacking into the other hand. With how little health these have, you end up taking them both out. Basically, the impact of the one hitting the other is enough to kill the second one.
Nice.
So both hands are down. All right. And with that, moving again or staying where you're at?
I am going to stay where I am. Yeah, in
Okay.
case this hand can attack me. Yeah.
All right. The severed hands are up. There's one last hand in that room with you, Carl, who's going to move forward and attack you.
Descends.
Starts climbing up your armor, up your shoulder, tries to scratch you, can't find a spot, and jumps back down to the ground. Then the four that are in the kitchen since it got fired at, heard a pot shatter, are going to take attention and come running out. So Dalnith, the first one comes out. You can go ahead and make your attack.
Yep, there we go.
And that smashes that one as it comes running out.
Nice.
All right. Next one hops down, comes running out, sees that it just got its buddy slashed. It is going to attack at you.
Yep.
That is a 10. I think probably misses.
That misses, yeah.
All right. Another one comes running out, chasing the character who was currently in here, or was in here, and came running out. So versus Zama. That is an 18 for 2 points of damage. And then the third one comes running out, skittering across the floor, trying to skitter up the cleric. And attacking the cleric. As it climbs up you, it ends up on your shield trying to get at you, and then falls back down to the ground, unable to scratch you. All right, Satch. Having your wolf move. Sam, I think you're muted.
My bad.
No worries.
Yeah, he'll attack the one down in the corner,
Okay.
and here goes the bite.
All right, a 10 misses. Oh, do you have any modifier? You have a modifier, and that's +6. Yep, so that definitely hits. So that is going to be for the bite. You got it. And you, again, Chew Toy, just grab this thing and toss it around, shredding it to pieces.
He gets a maul attack too, so he's
Yep.
gonna hit the one directly in front of him.
All right. Go ahead and roll that. That is a 12, definitely hits. For 7 more points of damage. And you maul that one to pieces.
Right. And the chicken's gonna take a step forward and attack the one diagonal there.
All right.
Attack chicken.
Oh, definitely. 15. Picks it up in its beak and just starts pecking apart at it.
Oh.
Only 1 point of damage, though. It still dies.
Okay.
Yeah, the sharp razor beaks tear this undead flesh apart, and it dies as well. All right, that seems to be all of the creatures you see for now. We're just going to go ahead and stay in initiative order while we're in this area. So with that, did you want to move at all, Satch? You going to move forward?
Yeah, I moved them. Yeah.
Okay. So we're into turns at this point rather than rounds. So you have like 10 minutes, and this will all kind of happen kind of somewhat simultaneously. Ray, what do you want to do?
I was just gonna say I can kind of see something there. Is that?
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's
Yeah,
one
that's my
hand left.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one hand left. Thank you.
Okay. Well, in that case, if I can pop a shot at him, I'll just get a little better sight on him and try to
You can always try.
see if I can shoot my friend. My specialty.
That is enough for 1 point of damage. The arrow goes sailing just in between the doorway and Carl, smacking into the hand, pinning him to one of the boxes inside.
Does that kill him?
That one is down as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. For that, everyone can award themselves 1 XP. We are going to go ahead and bring our new guy up to somewhat even experience. So I'll go ahead and throw your experience. You're at 57 experience now, Zama.
All right.
We are all level 2 at the moment, right?
Yep. Oh, wait, never mind. You should be closer to 105, 106, somewhere in that range, actually. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you told me you would fix my X, but I don't remember which number should be.
Yeah, everyone go ahead and move it up to 105, 107, somewhere in that range is fine.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to donate 50 GP to Justicia, and I'm going to try and lay on hands myself.
Okay.
Because I'm down some hit points.
All right.
Man, the amount of times to save my ass, I'm always gonna give money to your goddess.
Yeah, it feels like we're just like, there must be a really fancy temple of Justicia, given how much we donate every session to her. All right, that should be enough to get. Do you just do like roll? Some people do it like you roll the number of dice. You get a lay in hands, and you take the 2 highest if you're level 2. Do you run it that way, or just?
I would just say the max you can roll is your level, so 2. So the max you roll is just roll your 2d8, and that's the healing that you get. Which it looks like it was plenty. All right. So with that, as we're out of combat, we'll just go down the player list on the left there. So Dalnith, what would you like to do?
I would like to move to the. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not actually sure because I don't see any doors here, right? Except for the kitchen.
You see this kitchen door, and then you see the door to the storeroom down this way.
Yeah, I would like to open the kitchen door.
All right. It is already open, so you can step down and look inside.
And I would like to look inside and yeah, see what's inside.
All right. As you look inside, the area is clearly a kitchen. There are 2 wood fire stoves, many pots and kettles, a large cauldron, and shelving with food and supplies. It looks like the hands were in here making food.
All right, so there's actually food cooking on the stove.
Yep.
At the moment. All right.
Making finger sandwiches.
All right. With that, we're down to Carl. What's Carl doing?
Okay, so everyone is to that one. So correct me if I'm wrong. So far the only option is this door here, right?
From that
Or
room,
any other door?
From that room, yes. So inside the storage area, this cluttered room is piled high with sacks, crates, and tools. As you look around, it looks like it's a lot of like gardening tools, some cooking supplies. You see an assortment of like picks, shovels, axes, long swords. You see some cooking oil, flour, seeds, trowels, tapers, and so on.
All right, so I think before I move this door, this door here we didn't explore yet, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I'm going to move here with my 2 actions, but as I still have movements, I'm gonna open this door, right?
Okay, that's fine. As you open that door.
That's unholy.
This room is a jumbled mess of tables, vials, beakers, powders, hoses, shelves, and mechanical contraptions. Despite the mess, your eyes are drawn to something you cannot look away from. In the center of the room, a charcoal pentagram is drawn upon the floor, and within it, a horrid, hissing, protoplasmic creature is strapped to the floor. Barbs, spines, scorpion tails, and weird tentacles emerge from the corpulent mass. Brass tubes rise from its veins up to the ceiling, where they arc off and empty into several vials.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
You also see a couple hands skittering around that room as well.
Do I still have time to close the door?
You have time to close the door?
No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna close the door. So I just look to everyone. So there's a gigantic thing that I cannot explain. More hands here.
All right. Then we're down to Zama.
All right, I guess I need to move. Have I figured out movement yet?
You can use the arrow key. Like you click on your character, you can move arrow keys to move him around, or should be able to click and drag him, and he'll move that way as well. Or you can just click on the screen where you want to go. There you go. Oh, there you go. You're moving. You're moving.
Is this the right way?
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, and there's hands in here?
Yep. You see there's about 3 hands that you can see shifting around and moving inside.
All right, let's give them a whack.
All right. So with that, you run up and just attack, and then we'll go into initiative order after that. So go ahead and make your 1 attack.
Okay, now I'm clicking on dice and it's giving me numbers instead of options. Okay, now when I click on dice, it just starts giving me orange numbers instead of adding a D20. Say it again.
So on the dice tray, you click on the D20 and then click the button that says roll.
Yeah. So right now it says it's -7.
You might have clicked it 7 times. So I think if you right click it. Oh, jeez.
That's all right. Hey, that took care of clearing it.
That's a big roll.
That's a hit. I don't know. That's a miss, surprisingly.
His arrow blows a hole in the wall.
That's a miss.
3 is a miss. All right. So with that, I'm going to shift you back just a little bit so I can grab everybody. and start throwing you guys into combat again. That should be all of our players. Yep. All right. So Dalnith, you still got to roll manually?
Yeah, it looks like I have to. Yeah.
Okay.
There we
And
go.
we're waiting for Zama.
18. All right. All right. So with that, it looks like, hey, my guys actually get to go first. That's a change. All right. So the protoplasmic demon, this mass of tentacles and weird things, flails around, but it can't seem to reach outside of the charcoal pentagram that's on the floor. So it doesn't really do too much right now on this turn. But the three severed hands will jump down off the tables that they were working on and come running towards the front door. It will jump at Carl. That one's going to be a 20 for 2 points of damage to Carl.
Ouch.
The
I hate those hands. Fuck those hands.
second one comes, it leaps over the first one, jumping onto your chest, again trying to scratch at you.
Oh, it's gonna be a miss.
That one is a miss. And then the third one comes skittering around, it doesn't quite get to you guys, and stops there. All right, that was it for them. Dalnith, you're up. Kind of tight up there, but you're in the kitchen currently.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm moving out. I see I can't really hit or see the hand on the far side of the room, can I?
Probably not, but past two people and it being a small hand, you can't really see it on the other side of your comrades.
Yeah, I'll just move it's 30 feet, isn't it? 30 feet, so that's maximum I can move.
You can move further. Again, I'm kind of loose with the distance and stuff, so it's fine if you want to move a little bit further.
Yeah, I'll move there, and
Okay.
I'll use my action to switch to my longbow.
All right. Tom.
See, I already was using a bow. All right, I can just about see one there.
Okay.
How much do I trust that I'm not going to hurt a friend? Yeah, I'll try.
All right.
Actually, I got a sling, so I'll try throwing a sling stone at them.
So the first one was an 11. That does hit. The one bounces off of the hand. You see the hand kind of like stumble back a little bit and then get back up quickly.
Drop. Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Satch, you are up.
Pull the dog up. Flash, get in there.
So it goes charging through, barreling through past your comrades there into the room and is going to attack. So I'm just going to leave him back here so he's out of the way so we can still see.
Yeah.
Hey, that definitely hits. So with that, go ahead and roll your damage. All right, that definitely destroys the one, and you can immediately attack again. We'll say that's what your crit is. He's just in like a blood frenzy. Can immediately attack the other one. Plus, that's definitely going to hit. And you tear apart the second one. All right. Since it's in the room, does it want to do anything? It sees the large tangled mass of tentacles and things like that, or does it want to leave that alone?
It'll leave that alone.
All right.
Moment.
Your chicken can come running up and get up next to the severed hand that's up on the top.
And first a beak. That's probably a miss.
That is going to be a miss.
And then a thing but better. A flogging, so to speak. Probably a miss.
Also miss. This one can't quite get a hang of how this hand is moving and land its attacks. All right, and then you stay in where you're at.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Carl, the one hand left.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this one hand left. I'm gonna destroy it. No!
11 is actually exactly what you need. That's what their AC is. So again, you smash that hand to pieces. All right. And do you want to move or stay where you're at?
I'm gonna get the hell off this plant. So I'm gonna move here.
All right. With that, Zama, you are up.
All right, let's take a look. So, describe this creature again.
All right.
Pentagram.
This creature, a horrid hissing protoplasmic creature, is strapped to the floor. Barbs, spines, scorpion tails, and weird tentacles emerge from the corpulent mass. Brass tubes rise out of its veins up to the ceiling where they arc off into several empty vials. And on the bottom underneath it is a black charcoal pentagram.
The elf speaks in chaotic to him and says, "Hello, demon."
Let's see. It doesn't seem to have a mouth or anything to respond back to you.
And what else can I see in this room? It looks like a bunch of...
So the room itself is full of all sorts of strange things. So you see like tables with vials on them where this like some kind of ooze is coming out of this creature and being put into vials. You see all sorts of alchemical supplies, arcane supplies, like all sorts of just, it looks like this is some kind of laboratory.
So he's inside a magic circle. What's the circle composed of?
Charcoal, it looks like.
Oh, just... And he's not trying to get me at all. He seems...
Its tentacles are whipping around. None of them seem to be striking at you. You're not sure if that's because it can't cross the pentagram or if it's not hostile. You're not sure.
All right. Well, I guess I'll consult with my comrades here. This pentagram that's holding him is only made of charcoal. Do we want to try? I don't know. I guess I'm tempted to just leave him in there. He's not can't attack us. What do other people want to do? Clerics or...
Go ahead and give me a intelligence check as you kind of do a cursory search of the room. All right.
No, that's not what I want.
That's fine. No, so 12, so 14. So the 14, you look around, you do see on like one of the back like table there, it looks like there's a couple potion vials that look like they're labeled. You can't read or make out what they say, until you get closer. But it does look like there's a couple potion vials on that back left table.
And I can get over there without crossing the circle.
Yeah. The room is just large enough that you can kind of skirt the walls and not run into anything. So as you get to that side, on top of that table, you find 3 potions. You look closely at the labels. There's a potion of strength, a potion of levitate, and a potion of spider climb.
Nice.
Okay. Well, let's take those for sure. There's 30 potions, and are they all labeled like that?
It was just the 3 potions that you see there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said 30. All right. And anything else of interest along these walls?
I would say in your turn, that's about all you're going to be able to get to is that one area where you're able to grab those potions. So that's all you can do on your turn.
Sure. Gotcha.
Okay. Do you want to hold on to all 3 of those, or do you think you're going to distribute those to the party?
Yeah, let's talk it over with the party here. So
then I'll hold on. I'll wait. We'll deal with that afterwards. I was just wondering if I put it in your inventory now, or we put it in other people's inventory later. So that's fine. All right. So that's what you do on your turn. You identify those potions. So Ray, you are up.
All right. I guess I'll come and investigate what's going on here. That chicken scared the crap out of me for a second. His ring pops up red, so I was like, "Oh shit!"
It probably would scare you because it's a demonic-looking chicken.
And so I see all that, and is it possible to snag one of the vials that it's being milked into, or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's enough room for you guys to skirt the wall without crossing the charcoal. So if you wanted to step into the room, you see the several vials or containers that this liquid is being dropped into. You can easily collect one of them. They're not overly large. Think of it like as a pitcher for juice or something like that.
Or and does this I'm assuming is some kind of poison. So since it's coming out of a scorpion tail, I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'll maybe do up some of my bolts or something with that.
Okay.
And I guess I'll grab a pitcher and be like, oh fuck yeah, and I'll retreat a little and oh damn it. There we go. And I'll just back up so everybody else can do whatever, and I'll be sitting there dipping a few bolts.
All right. The demon continues to just thrash around inside the pentagram, not reaching outside of it. The hands are all gone, so Dalnith, you're up.
Dalnith peeks inside, but she is somewhat disgusted by what she sees and wisely decides to stay away. Yeah, I'll stay here.
All right. Tom.
I can see this demon, right?
Yeah, you can step up and look inside and see the demon.
I'll just ready an action that if the demon gets out of the circle, I'll try to turn unholy on it. So, but that'll only trigger when if something happens to the pentagram. So.
All right. Satch, you're up.
Okay. I want to move up to take a look in this room. Being all crazy.
Okay. All right. As a wizard, one of the things you notice is this bookshelf here directly below you. It looks like there are several scrolls on there.
And I am going to grab those up for examination.
All right. With a cursory glance, you find 4 scrolls. Looks like one is for sleep, one's for spiderweb, one for magic shield, and one for ray of enfeeblement.
Nice.
So being...
Do I need to write those down or...
I have them ready for you, so I'll throw those in your inventory if you're going to hold on to those. All right.
At least for now.
That was magic shield, sleep, spiderweb, and ray of enfeeblement. All right. Those are all in your inventory. All right. So that'll be about all you can do on your turn.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Carl.
Well, honestly, fuck this demon. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna move to this room here.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna wait for everyone else to follow me up, and then I'll open the door afterwards, but not before.
All right. Zama.
All right, I'm gonna leave the room here and have a discussion with. So, Dalneth, you're a lawful cleric. What god are you?
It's
no,
Tom is the
I'm not a
cleric.
cleric. I'm an elf.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, Tom is the
Oh.
cleric.
Oh, okay. And a lawful cleric?
Yep.
Okay. What god?
Like Justicia. So
Oh,
like
sure.
Amen.
so lawful, it's like, slightest infractions of the rules, gets annoyed with people not making their bedrolls at camp, not
Yeah.
making their sleeping bags perfectly, crisply folded.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I'm trying to get a sense of. Because, as an elf, sometimes we have some commerce with demons but I think I'll leave this one alone for the time being.
All right. Is anybody else going to be going into the room? No. Okay.
Who is the? And then I lift up. I've got a potion of strength there. Who's got the best armor here?
I think that's Carl is the best armor.
Yeah, me.
How about I'm going to invest in your armor with a potion of strength here.
All right.
And I like the potion of levitation for myself, but then I also have a potion of spider climb if somebody thinks I can make good use. Is there a thief here?
I'm a thief, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could. I feel like since I have climb as a skill, it might be useful to just hang on to in general for if we have a situation where we need somebody who's not good at climbing to climb,
All right. I'll hold on to it and throw it at somebody when the moment arises.
All right. Those are in your inventories. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end combat here. As everyone's kind of done interacting with these things currently. So everybody can go ahead and give themselves another point of experience.
Whoa, Choo go.
All right. Satch, as you exit the room, I need everybody who went into the room and grabbed something to just go ahead and roll me a quick luck check.
Sanity roll.
That's a fail.
All right. Zama, luck check.
Oh.
All right, so that is going to be Zam. I think that's a success. Your luck is higher than that. Yep, 14. So 2 out of 3 succeeded. You guys are good. No one accidentally hit the charcoal and messed up the pentagram, so it stays in place. So you guys come out. The tentacles kind of, again, still thrashing around inside the pentagram, but they stay there. All right, you guys were back up to kind of a free movement there. You saw Carl go down and enter the door down to the southeast. There is a grate on the floor here too that looks like basically like a manhole cover.
It looks like a what?
Like a manhole cover. It's a grate. You can kind of see through it a little bit. Like there's holes. You can see down. It's the light from this room. You can see that it's a tunnel that leads straight down for a little ways, but then it fades off into darkness, so you can't see the bottom or how far down it goes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of darkness at the moment, so I'm gonna go back to this room here.
Well, there's never darkness wherever the light of Justicia can aid. Right,
Amen.
I'm going to use the end. This is a civil engineering thing, and last adventure we got features that allowed us to roll a d20.
Yep.
For engineering features. So I'm going to try and figure out where this tunnel maybe goes.
Okay, go ahead and just roll me an investigation or an intelligence check.
Yeah. It's just very mediocre.
With a 10, you can tell that it goes down, and it looks like it probably goes down quite a ways. You hold your shield over the hole itself. You take the manhole cover kind of off. You look down inside. It's about maybe 3 feet wide, so it's a fairly wide tunnel that pretty much anybody could fit inside. The light shines down the 30 feet or so, and you still cannot see the bottom, and you do not hear any noise coming out.
We could throw a torch down maybe and see how far down it goes. That worked so well for assume we don't have a halfling, right? That worked so well for Pippin and Moira.
Yeah, I can light one. I've got a torch. I've got a couple of torches still, so I can light one and throw it down.
All right, you light one of the torches and throw it down. The tunnel goes down about as you let it go. It goes down roughly 40, 50 feet before hitting the ground. Go ahead and just roll me a d20. 10 and below, it stays lit. 11 and above, it burns out as it hits the ground.
A D20 said, right?
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
So it is laying on the ground, lit down below, lighting the tunnel. The tunnel down there, from what you can see, especially with like your elven eyes, it looks like rough carved stone, solid rock.
Right. Yeah.
Shortcut or trap?
So, I'll say, well, we don't have the skulls following us any longer, do we?
Nope.
So I'm going to say, you know something? Wherever this goes, I expect that the enchanter is expecting us. But maybe this might take us out by a way that he's not expecting. Or it might actually lead to the dungeons where maybe it might go on to where our relatives are being held.
Or maybe it's where every potion that he ever messed up, he's drained into, and there's some or
This is also true.
thing down there. Well, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Drains are like really dirty, man.
Yeah.
Well, like as a clerk of Justicia, I can kind of do like a version of prestidigitation.
Oh yeah.
In my uniform all the time, right? So
basically, right now we've got 3 ways to go, if I see correctly. So the door on the south, the stairs to the left, and the grate. Is that it?
Yep. Yeah. So you went and checked the stairs. The stairs lead up.
Yeah.
And have we gone up or down at all in this dungeon?
You have not yet.
Okay. Well, I would personally say maybe we just check the door, just to, be sure that we saw everything up here, or, and on the, I guess what would be probably the middle level that we came in on.
Yeah, so if you remember, the structure itself had a large base that was quite tall. There was a smaller second level that was a little bit smaller, and that was all you could see, and then it rests on the cliff, on the cliff itself.
Gotcha.
I also would like to say that I also have feather fall, so I can assist with people getting down the grate. if necessary.
Nice.
All right, we're moving towards the door through the closet, the storage room.
That's my vote.
so thief is doing their thiefy things.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and check for any trappage or anything on that door.
All right.
Can we look around the closet to see whether they've got anything interesting?
So looking around the closet, it's a mostly mundane thing. So again, it's a lot of gardening tools. So you see shovels, trowels, rakes, and some small blades for pruning and things like that. You see a couple bags of fertilizer. Then on the other side, you see more of like food stores. You see sacks of grain. You see some small like cooking utensils, extra pots, and things like that. So nothing of too much value there that would you would assume would assist you along the way.
Well, it's nice the Emerald Enchanter's got a hobby.
Right? All right, with a 18, you are quite confident that there are no traps on this door.
Good to go, Carl.
All right. So, for the life of me, I'm gonna open this door.
All right. You open the door.
Oh, God damn it.
Fucking hell! Look at this.
You open this door and catch a glimpse of a lush garden, but are immediately distracted by an enormous emerald ogre thing turning to rush and attack you.
I'm just saying, right, that I was the one who wanted to go down the sewer, right?
I'll continue. This large room appears to be a garden, but not like any garden you have ever seen. In the corner of the room, or in the center of the room, is a shimmering globe hanging in midair. Heat and light radiate from this globe, cultivating the plants that line the walkways through the area. But these plants do not look friendly. They are covered in barbs, whips, tentacles, beaks, and in some cases, what appear to be human-like hands and heads.
Oh no.
All right.
The garden. So the garden is like heads and human things.
It's alive.
The
Oh,
ogre,
God.
is it rough hewn or is it also detailed like the, or is it not like the creatures we've seen?
The
so
ogre
far?
is quite detailed.
Quite detailed.
All right.
Um,
Initiative tracker is up. You can roll for initiative.
I think I've been last on initiative every time so far this session.
All right. I think Satch is the only person we're missing for initiative. There you go.
Oh shoot. Very
All
good, actually.
right. So with that, we'll go ahead and begin. Hey, I get to go first again. The large ogre, as it sees you, you have not entered the room, so it turns and it readies its weapon, but it has not charged you yet.
Another technical question. How do I move the map?
right click and hold.
Thank you.
All right. With that, we are on to Satch.
I'm gonna go down, do something stupid that maybe works.
Stupid's the best.
You're
To
going
the room,
into the room? Okay.
and I'm gonna say the word
Yeah.
Gazillion, and I have to spell burn a point for that
Yep.
too.
You spell burn 1 point, which gets added to your spell check.
Right. But can I use, because I have those spell burn eyes? Is that something I can use for that?
Yeah. You whatever you burn the 1 point of spell burn to do this, it gets added to your spell check. Yep.
Okay, and I just need to roll. I guess a d20.
Yep.
Do I add my spell level to that too?
Yeah. So it's going to be a
That's
+4, a +4 to this check.
All right.
Ooh.
With a 12 is not enough. You need a 14.
Can I burn 2 luck?
You can burn 2 luck to
All
get
right.
that up to a 14. So you come in, you say, "It's million," and you move your hands around in a way, and suddenly the green emerald color of this creature begins to fade, and you start to see that kind of sickly, yellowish pink color of its skin start to come back. And the ogre is grunting loudly and looking quite aggressive still.
I guess I don't speak ogre, but I'll speak in common and be like, "You are free now. We mean you no harm. As long as you don't try to kill us, we won't kill you." You know, kind of stuff, and just try to get them out of here.
All right. Stay where you're at.
I'm gonna move back 2 steps while I'm saying that.
All right. Tom, you're up.
Let's see. Do I want to move up in with the courage of Justicia? Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right. I'll move up. And I will say, I will light the shield and I shall say, we have freed you of your imprisonment. Help us. Let's both bring justice. Let us reunite together and bring justice to the Emerald Enchanter.
All right. Go ahead and give me a personality check on that one.
Okay, good. All right.
You don't necessarily speak ogre, but let's see. With a 15, you see a slight look of recognition in its face as its kind of scowling face softens a little bit. You're not exactly positive if it fully understood or how it's going to react to that.
I'll take out like 10 gold and like offer it to it and like smile and say, here, or maybe even like maybe I'll even pull out a ration from my pack and I go, here, I'm sure that you're famished after, being in, a golem for so long. Here.
All right, so you offer the gold, and it seems to not even care. Like it just ignores the gold. But as soon as you pull out the food, you toss it to it, and it quickly reaches down, grabs it, and just eats it. And you see its look on its face soften even further.
All right. I'll like look over my shoulder and kind of say, you know, let's maybe we can work with this one. Am I close to any kind of aggressive looking plant?
Yeah, you feel like if you step any further into the room, you will be within reach of these plants.
I'll kind of beckon out. I'll like sheath my weapon and I'll beckon out, like, oh, here, it's okay. We'll help you. Okay?
All right, you back out of the room as well. Carl.
Okay, so I'm just gonna peek inside the room. So this is a garden, but there's nothing else apart from this garden, right?
Yeah, from what you see, it's just like all these different planters that kind of make like a little bit of a maze through the room, and you can see like it looks like there's a couple like fountains on each of the walls, and then floating up in the air in the middle is this orb of like yellowish light that like radiates heat.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna close this door
All right.
and I'm gonna finish my movements here. I prefer the darkness over 6 foot tall ogre. So yeah, if anyone wants to open the door, feel free to do it.
All right, Dalnith.
I'm not really sure what to do, to be honest. I'll try. So you've closed the door. I'm move back outside of the room. Like so, maybe there. I guess that's it for my turn. I'm waiting to see what happens.
All right, Zama.
Let's try the door. The door is closed, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm a little tempted to mess around with that big thing of light, but we'll leave it.
All right. Ray, did you want to do anything else?
Tom was still in there?
No, Tom came out. Everybody came out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Carl just left Tom in the room and closed the door. Like, here you go, you deal with the ogre. You're the one trying to make friends.
Yeah, I was having some issues. I had like an update for Chrome, and it was like it kept refreshing the game and erasing the map. And then when I tried to refresh it myself, it was not refreshing anymore. So I had to update that and whatever. So yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I mean, the ogre was like way too big to come through, right?
You would probably get the sense that the ogre would struggle to come through the door. It may, if it like took some time, squeeze itself through.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just go with the rest of the party. I'm not gonna.
All right. If everyone's leaving the door, then we'll go ahead and end combat for that, and everyone can go ahead and give themselves another 2 points of experience.
Level 3.
I'm at 108. I'm not quite there yet.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm at 110. I mean, I wouldn't assume that we would level mid session.
No. Yeah, you got to go back and spend, since you're leveling to level 3, it'll be 3 months of training. All right. Heading back through. What do we want to do? So you have the stairway leading up. That's through this hallway, and then you have the shaft that leads down.
Thing is, we've got so the shaft. How deep was it? Did we suspect
You
it
estimate
was?
it's about 40 to 50 feet down.
Yeah. So how much rope do we have in this party? Did anybody bring rope? I've got a grappling hook, but I don't know how long the rope on the grappling hook is.
I don't have
DM, do you know what that usually is?
I don't think there's any rules specifically for that. So I would say that I mean, it would be a little bit shorter. So maybe that rope has about 30 feet.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, 30 feet. Anybody has any rope? We can tie it in a knot and throw it down. Go and
I
check it
think I
out.
have. Let me check. I have, yeah, rope, 15 inches, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Maybe we can use that. We also have the potion of spider climb if something bad were to happen, and
And
feather
somebody-
fall spell and scrolls. So maybe somebody goes down.
Well, Needs Cash was the one who suggested it, so he'll volunteer to be the first one down.
You're talking about me, yeah? I'm happy to volunteer.
Tom.
Oh.
He's talking about himself.
Oh, okay. Oh no, you're talking about yourself. Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
All right. So you guys tie the rope to, or you guys tie the rope to Tom and let him go down, or Needs Cash and let him go down, or is, Needs Cash? Are you going to try to like hold on to it and just do strength checks to climb down?
If we'll tie it off, and then I'll get down to the bottom because.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say with that, there's enough of the party up here to slowly let you down without any challenge. So with that, you drop down into the cave. So these dark tunnels are carved from solid rock. The floor and walls are uneven and pitch black beyond the reach of your sight. There's no
All right,
light down here.
I'll just, there's always the light of Justicia, but I shall wait until more of the party is done before I draw a whole bunch of attention to myself.
Wait, the torch should still be lit, no? At the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
the torch is lit, and then Tom also has his shield.
All right.
Okay. So I'll just wait at the bottom. Let's see, I'll take the bedroll out of my pack and I'll put it on the ground, just to like belt and braces everything. So if someone falls down, and I'll untie myself from the end of the rope.
All right. Who's going down second? I'm gonna move you guys.
I'll go down second. And just to be sure, I would like to cast Feather Fall on myself.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Any spell burn needs to be done before I roll correctly.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. In that case, I would like to spell burn 1 point of agility.
Okay.
And then I will just a second. Yeah, Feather Fall. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, there
Nice.
we go. So Featherfall, caster, and 6 additional creatures fall at the rate of 50 feet per round. They take no damage if they land before the spell expires. Otherwise, they suffer half damage. So that's basically the entire party can just jump in the hole now.
Yeah. But sorry, question is, so what happened now that I rolled a crit? So I had 21 plus. What does the crit do for me here?
An extra +2.
Yeah, an extra +2. So it just increases the result.
An extra +2. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. And is there another modifier here for me because I'm level?
It looks like
2?
it looks like you're getting an armor check penalty.
Yeah, because you're wearing armor, so your spell
Right.
check is -2 versus your
Yeah.
your normal spell check, which would be plus, I think it's 4. So yeah. So, yep,
Okay,
that's
I
everything. That's
understand.
everything calculated correctly. Yep.
Okay, I understand now. Great. So yeah, so we can basically jump down then.
Yep. All right. So
Any-
everybody jumps down.
What
Do you
about
have any
Elevator
mercurial
down.
magic effects? As well, do you have any mercurial magic as well?
I do. It's Plague of Rats, so I now got rats scurrying all over my body and ground. And if we were in combat, that must shield me from like a couple of hit points of damage, but it doesn't do much else except to gross you guys out. On top of that, I have to roll for my patron spellburn, right? Forgot about that last time, I think.
For your patron spellburn, yeah, you can roll that. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
So what about the chicken and the wolf?
Where will they fit?
They can. Oh, the chicken easily can fly down. You already have one down, so the 6 will include the wolf, and the chicken can kind of like use its feathers to float itself down a little
Right.
bit.
Chicken
Oops,
down.
let me remember which one you're in. You are in area. Of course, this thing's gonna mess up on me too. That's all right. I need to do a quick refresh.
Are any of you Agent of the Fates by chance?
No, I do
No,
have
then
another.
then I'm safe because I had to resort to a fell chaos rites, and yeah, if any other agents were there, they would have to kill me on the spot. But yeah, I'm safe.
Okay, good. I do have an elf who is a servant of the Three Fates, but not playing them in this adventure.
I was gonna say I'll go down last, and I'd like to tie off the rope to the grate so that we have something to climb back up. Since, at least generally, I know with manhole covers they can't fall in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give us a way back up, maybe if we need it.
Okay. I'm back in, grabbing all of your tokens. Get you guys loaded in here. Okay, activating the lower level, and it should pull you guys over.
Yep.
All right, the animal and the chicken came last. So the grate on the ground there is basically the ceiling. That's just showing you where it is that you came down through. And you find yourselves in these dark caves.
I'm gonna ask, do the elves or the thief want to go up ahead beyond the light, kind of scout ahead?
I guess we go from top to bottom again, right? Then it's me first. I'll move.
Oh yeah, I forgot to configure the elves' actual vision. So that's 60 feet of infravision, right?
Double checking.
I also have extra vision. Well, I don't.
Yes.
It probably doesn't help with dark
60
vision,
feet.
but I've got a falcon that improves my vision
Okay.
because of familiar. How do I enlarge the screen? You're very tiny again.
Just zoom in, like scroll. If you have a scroll wheel, you should be able to like zoom in and out using the scroll wheel.
Let's try plus here. Nope. Yeah, I've got a scroll wheel, but it's not doing.
If I do that, it'll drag you to that character. There you go.
Yeah, that helps. All right, that's much better.
All right, so we'll kind of go through the character order again. So, Dalnith, you are up first.
I already moved from the back to
Okay.
where I'm standing right now. Do I have my 60 feet of vision?
I believe so, yeah, because your vision goes beyond the range of the light. So the light ends about here.
Yeah, okay.
Let's stay on the vanguard, just in case.
All right, so Carl moves forward.
So you guys wanna go this way or this way?
Mm,
Well, only serial killers choose left, so we gotta go right.
Okay, so right would be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys begin heading down.
mhm.
I take the thief would check for traps, mate, or
All right, thief starts moving up and is going to check for traps.
oh man, I have no light here.
Yep, yeah, you definitely don't want to be the one leading the way if you don't have dark vision or you don't have a torch. So with a 17, you do not see anything. You don't see any kind of tripwires. The stone floor, it looks like it's basically carved out of solid stone. There's some dirt and debris across the bottom, but you don't see anything that would indicate any kind of pressure plate. So you do not see any traps.
Hold on, DM. Can I move back and pick up my torch, actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
That makes it a bit easier.
So you, no, doesn't have the light source thing on me right now. So let me see if I can fix that source. Your equipment. Maybe it's because it doesn't have the torch in your inventory for some reason. All right, let me put the torch back in your inventory and see if that fixes it for us.
Thank you.
Yep, there we go. You got your torch. All right, you come to a cross section. You see tunnels to the right, left, and south.
So let's just make rights until we do go in a circle.
All right. Follow me.
All right, this tunnel here seems to end. It looks like it's a tunnel that's currently being carved and made, but they have reached a stopping point and have not dug any further.
So
Right,
let's
head back.
go the other way.
I'll peek around the corner here.
All right, as you peek around the corner, you come to another area where you see up above you another tunnel, basically, another hole, shaft leading up, again, about 40, 50 feet up.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Okay.
it dead ends.
Well, then we've got the potion of spider climb and levitate, right? So we could
Yep.
have someone climb up and drop another rope down, or we could retrieve the other rope that we have.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, I think we forgot to do that.
We look
Well,
at the
we-
other
we-
path.
They left it tied up. She had basically the
Yeah.
the grappling hook attached to the manhole cover.
Yeah.
So then we have a separate rope still. Is that right?
I don't think so.
Oh no, I thought somebody had a rope and somebody had a grappling hook with rope.
Yeah, we have to tie
Yeah.
them together.
Yeah, you had time
Oh,
to get it.
gotcha.
All right.
Let's check out the other path first, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys come to this last path, this irregular cavern has a shadowed ceiling hidden behind stalactites. The pockmarked walls hold deep pools of darkness, making the exact dimensions of the room hard to identify. In the exact center of the room is a pentagram inscribed in some white powder. Inside the pentagram is an enormous bestial creature with moon-white skin, mighty tusks, and thick limbs. Delicate gold chains hang from the ceiling to encircle its wrists, which are pierced with brass tubing. The tubing vanishes into the ground underneath the edge of the pentagram. And this creature looks like it is sitting there quite docile.
So basically, he's just draining demon juice.
It's what
Yeah.
it seems like.
We should probably not disturb the casting circle.
Yeah.
What does Justicia say about all this cruelty inflicted on all these demons here?
Probably like that's a deep theological argument on like, do demons have rights?
Well, yeah, I think they do. Yeah, there's demons that have brought some good to the world, right? And
No, no, no.
As you guys walk past it, you can see it kind of like looks its head up and looks towards you guys and watches you walk around.
I say hello before I leave.
You hear it respond in some kind of guttural speech.
Oh, yeah.
Guttural speech.
Anybody have comprehend languages?
Anyone who understands this guttural speech, in passing?
Not as a spell. I have a high intelligence, but I never did write down my languages or equipment or any of that stuff yesterday. I was in a hurry. So,
You could roll randomly. What are these two circular things? These fried egg looking things?
So those are extensions of the brass tubes. The brass tubes, basically where the beast is, they're in his wrist. They go into the ground below him, and then it looks like the brass tubes come up from the ground here, go into the ceiling, and continue for somewhere up above you.
All right. I'm going to use this fancy engineering knowledge that we got last time, but I'll also call up Satch as well. So we'll both try and figure out, I'll say, I wonder if busting these pipes would be a good thing or a bad thing. If it's pushing tranquilizer, drugs to make the demons docile, then messing that up might be a good thing.
Done.
So I'll ask Satch for his opinion as well, because I know he's probably one of the smartest in the party.
All right, you both can roll intelligence checks. Needs don't need no help. So it looks like Needs, you kind of got a better understanding of it, whereas Satch is taking a little bit longer to put two and two together here. But Needs, you can basically understand that these pipes, like you kind of like put your hand against it and get a sense, and you can feel something almost like a vibration of something rushing through these pipes, and it seems whatever is inside of them is kind of moving up. Whatever liquid it is moving up from here.
Wait.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm kind of inclined to we would need a route out, because I think if we bust these pipes, things are going to flood real quick.
Yeah, I would say these pipes too. They're not as big as they are here. They're probably like maybe 4 or 5 inches in diameter.
Oh,
right.
Was that a drain down we saw off to the left here?
So off to the left here, you see another basically shaft leading up. This one leads up further. This one looks like it leads up, close to 100 feet.
Oh, okay.
So maybe can we get our rope back, a potion of spider climb? We set ourselves to. How wide are the shafts?
The shafts are like 2-3 feet wide, so roughly close to like that 3 feet wide area.
So you could almost brace your legs against one wall and kind of shimmy up, right? Even without a rope, right?
Yep.
For 100 feet.
It's 60 feet. 60 feet.
Oh, right.
Try to flip the page.
So if someone drinks the potion of spider climb, we get the rope. The person with the potion of spider climb goes up to the top of the shaft, drops the rope down. We bust up these pipes, and then we start moving up. We cause chaos to whatever is upstairs, and then we come out and bring justice to the Emerald Enchanter. Does that sound like a plan? Or does that sound like...
Yeah, that sounds like a plan, but I'd like to add that we go and check out the last tunnel, the one that went to the left. Just one more.
I would say as you guys were coming past that tunnel, it dead-ended as well. Those of you with the dark vision, you could see like it ended like basically right there, just out of vision.
Okay.
So can you confirm we went down one level and we do not see any other way further down?
Yep, no additional ways down.
We're at the bottom of the dungeon.
That's what it seems.
Mm-hmm.
No secret doors. No.
Just a big old demon.
Yep, Elves got no sense of a secret door.
Are we gonna leave this thing like this here?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he seems like hurt and everything else.
Does he look hurt?
Yes, you can tell, like, even though it's like a bestial creature, you see that the creature looks like its eyes are drooping and heavy, like it is suffering.
Oh
Oh,
god, no, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna save this beast. I'm a
It's a
lawful.
woman.
Can I do? Okay, GM, how can I save this beast?
All right, so basically, there's a white powder on the ground that makes up this pentagram, and then there are gold, like thin gold chains. They look like they are very, very weak, like they could easily be broken without even like a strength check. They hang from the ceiling and just lightly wrap around the creature's wrists.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the back part of my warhammer, and I will place in the ground. I'm gonna scratch, basically destroying the the pentagram or the symbol, whatever it's called. So I'm just going to first of all make a line there and just like break the circle.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. As you do that, you see it look up at you, and its eyes almost open wide. Um, you get that kind of sense as it is excited for what you are doing.
And
Eat us.
okay, so I'm gonna look to everyone, guys. Please, go to the corridor there. Get away from here.
I'll go to the other side in case we need to rope.
The creature is not
Yeah.
growling or anything. It is not making any kind of aggressive movements or aggressive noises.
All
I'm
right.
kind of with you. For some reason, I feel like we should free this. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm torn because it is a demon, but on the other hand,
Is it a demon?
I mean, we're
but you
assuming
know
it's a
what?
demon, right?
Because it's
Yeah,
being
do we
held on
have
a pentagram.
enough demon lore to know that, or is it just the?
From the looks of it, you could definitely tell that this is not an angel of any kind. It is not a natural beast of any kind. So you could probably assume that this is some sort of demon creature or extraplanar like creature.
Do we
But,
have a? Do we have
what do
a
you have?
detect? Any kind of detect alignment?
Well, I mean, it's like I would say it's in a pentagram. It looks bestial. It's probably a demon. The question is, does it turn on us versus turning on the person who chained it? I'm going to say
Right.
that Justicia is cool with this because whoever has brought a demon in as an exploiting it is, if anything, more evil than the demon
You know what,
itself.
Tom? Tom, you had
Yeah.
basically a disapproval where you had to basically go on a quest for another god, right?
Yes.
You get a sense that this is the creature that you have been sent to free.
Oh wow. All right. My shield is telepathic, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to use the shield to relay and try and communicate with the creature through my shield.
All right. Trying to communicate through the shield, having been basically assigned to this other god for this time period, you get it doesn't necessarily speak to you in language that you understand, more in like empathy and emotions, and you get the sense that this creature will appreciate you freeing it, and do what it can to assist you.
Ooh.
Ugh.
All right. Okay. I
Any
shall
questions?
put on my weapon and say, it, today is unusual. Today we do holy work, helping a demon.
All right. So the pentagram has been broken. The chains that of gold still wrapped around its wrist.
I'm gonna take my warhammer and we're gonna break the chains.
All right. You go up to the chains, and these things are extremely thin. Think of like the width of like a necklace that you might wear, like a thin chain. So you can easily go up to these and just snap these chains.
Are they made of gold?
They are made of a gold material.
We are bringing him back, though. That's for sure.
So I'd say you can smash the chains easily enough and like pull them out, and I mean, without any much of strength at all, they snap and immediately start to unwind around the wrists and fall to the ground. And as that happens, the giant creature puts its fist down on the ground to help lift itself. It still looks weak as it's been down here for quite a long time, and it stands itself up. It bellows powerfully and stares intensely at all of the characters. You are then bathed in a white glow and feel the air charged with a strange energy. Everyone in the room receives a +1 bonus to their luck permanently. So increase your current and your maximum luck by 1.
Oh.
As this light bathes the room and glows, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter to the point where you have to divert your eyes or close your eyes and look away. And as the light fades, you look back and the demon is gone.
You were going to help us.
Well,
Maybe they are. Maybe they are helping us. We don't know where they went to.
Tom, what is the name it's Solsticia that I pronounced the name of the goddess.
Yeah, just TCA. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna pledge myself as a paladin from Solsticia now.
Wow. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah, that'll help you. You've converted somebody, so the next time you roll for disapproval and you have to convert someone, you have 1 in the pocket.
Excellent. All right.
God's work in mysterious ways.
All right, so you guys wanted to go back and get the grappling hook and the rope?
Yep.
And the golden chains as well.
Okay, yeah, I would say the gold chains, you guys can get roughly, I would say, all right, total of 40 feet worth of this, like, thin gold chain.
that's a lot of gold.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna
remember,
pick this up
it's
and
not very
then-
thick. It's super thin, so with it being 40 feet of thin chain, it's very, very thin. So it's not a crazy amount, but it is a good amount.
How much does it weigh?
I mean, it weighs the whole, like, 40 feet, maybe weighs a couple pounds, which is a good amount of gold.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone's
They'll get
really
us,
invested.
healed through 1 combat at least.
So, do we want to go back the way we came, knowing that there's other sewer grates up? Like, we've got other ways of getting to places if we need to, but maybe we're
I'm-
safer returning the way we came. And it occurs to me we don't need to spider climb because I've got my falcon familiar who can fly a rope up to the
Oh,
well, but he can't really tie it though.
That's pretty
Well-
heavy for a falcon, though.
Yeah.
I would think like whenever the highest shaft is probably where the enchanter is.
is the
So
second
that's-
floor. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the stair leads.
So I'd say let's go through the higher shaft here.
Oh,
Does anyone remember another grate in a different room on the first level? Yeah.
Yeah, the other shaft that we see going up, is that 30 feet or 60 feet?
No, 30.
Yeah, the other shaft is the same as the first one, same height. And you
All
kind of,
right.
as you looked up it, you saw like a bit of a yellow glow.
can we puzzle out like where it is relative to where we've been?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. So basically, the first one you came down, you know where that one leads. The second one you found it's being at the very top. You see the light that it's reflecting looks similar to the light that was in the room with the ogre inside the garden type room.
The plant room.
Yeah, the plant room. And then this
So
third one down at the bottom goes much further up, and that third one, you do see a bit of light. So this corridor ends in another vertical chimney leading straight up. A hint of light can be seen through what appears to be a distant grate. A series of brass tubes emerge from the dirt under the chimney and rise up its walls all the way to the top. So these pipes actually go up the tunnel.
All right. Well,
Let's-
since I've got the potion of spider climb, shall I be the one to climb and take a look?
So first we get the rope, right? First things first. How do we do this exactly?
Oh, get the rope back from right.
Yeah. We're gonna need it for the rest of the party.
Are we gonna? Is it cool to just hand wave getting the rope back, or do we need to do?
I would say since somebody has to go up and bring it down, at least one person is going to need to make a couple checks.
Okay. I was gonna say I can attempt some climb checks since I'm trained in it and all that. So
Can the falcon eat his way through the rope and the last foot of rope and bring the rope down that way?
I could say you could probably do that, and doing that though would leave the grappling hook up above.
Oh right.
You might need it.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
So, Thief, maybe you could come over here. I'll protect you by casting Feather. And then, you can go up there and get it back. We also have the potion. We also have a scroll or a potion of Featherfall. Was it? Which one was it?
I think the potion is Levitate, and it was a scroll. No, you don't have anything else for Featherfall.
Oh, all right. Okay, so it's Levitate. And Levitate, does it mean that you can just...
It's basically you can like levitate is basically you're able to like lift yourself and float to a certain height and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So do we just want to get, does whoever drinking the spider climb potion, do they just want to do the climbing, or are we trying to not use the potion of spider climb?
Well, we'll need it for the second part, no?
I think I'd rather have it for the second part. It seems like a more powerful way to go. Now, this sounds crazy, but I played, I don't know, this is maybe my 7th or 8th DCC game to ask this, but I've never encountered a potion in DCC before. Does it work just like you roll for a spell?
Some of them. Depends on the potion. Some potions actually have describers underneath the make potion spell. There are descriptors. So I think for strength, there's a descriptor there. It basically increases your attack and strength and all that kind of stuff. The potion of, I think, Levitate and Spider Climb, you would roll for. And it's basically rolling as a 5th level caster.
Oh,
yeah, it's when you make a potion, you roll the spell as the level of the person who cast the make potion.
Nice.
All right. So what are we doing? I think there was Featherfall and then the thief climbing up to get the grappling hook and rope.
Yep.
Okay. You guys don't have to bother moving. You guys can just stay, down here. You don't have to bother moving back and forth on the map. It's fine. So go ahead and give me the Featherfall.
I'll wait until the thief is up, a safe distance for him.
Kind of save it in case he falls. You can cast it as a reaction, kind of thing.
Yeah, I can cast it at 25 feet, so I'm gonna stand there and ready it.
Okay, in case he falls. All right. So then with that, go ahead. I'm just gonna do 2 climbing checks to get up. You have the rope, so you're gonna have a bit of an advantage. It lowers the DC. Doesn't lower it that enough. So you start to climb up, and your hands kind of slip on the rope before you even make the hole, and you land back down on the ground without too much trouble.
All right, I'll pull out a little piece of chalk and chalk up my hands a little. Try again.
All right.
Oh, come on, that was on the 20.
You are just not able. It seems like for some reason you are just not able to grip this rope.
Did you guys oil up the rope when we left?
You had to turn down that potion of spider climb.
So does that mean he failed and somebody else has to try?
At that point, tell you what, I'll do. Give me one more climbing check. All right, with a 16, I'll say that's enough. The 3 chances of it, you failed a couple times, but you didn't get up too far, so you didn't really fall too far. This 3rd time, you get a much better grip of it. You figure out a different way to kind of do it. You get up into the shaft itself, and then you kind of plant your feet and back against the walls and are able to shimmy up the rest of the way without much trouble. So once you get up to the top, you climb out, you detach the grappling hook from the manhole cover, and you collect the rope.
Yeah. Can I slide it back through the other way and be able to use the rope to come down about halfway, but that way I can just pull the end that doesn't have the grappling hook on it back through? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so basically loop it through the manhole cover so that you have both ends of the rope, and then you can let go of the one side, and it'll basically fall back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Ooh, that's smart. Yeah.
So I'll say you do that. You're able to get roughly halfway down the shaft.
Yeah.
And then need another roll.
Yep, one more roll. A 14 is gonna be enough. With your stature and your skills, you're able to shift your way down the rest of the way. You come to the base of it, and it's about a 10-foot drop. So just give me a reflex save as you drop that 10 feet. You land on your butt, taking 1 point of damage. Twist your ankle on your way down. Oops, I did it to the wrong person. That is going to be for...
I got it.
You got it? Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, you fall and kind of like twist your ankle and fall and take 1 point of damage. All right, so you guys have gathered up the rope and the grappling hook and have made your way back over to the shaft leading up further. Again, these brass tubes go up the inside of the shaft.
You can
Are
climb
there
the brass tubes.
Are the tubes hot?
They're not hot.
Oh, okay. So those can help us climb up. Cool. All right.
Well, the best person at climbing try it, and can I just ready feather fall in case somebody falls?
Absolutely.
Or goes back.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can try to do the same thing except reattach it this time. Up top. I mean, I should be good at climbing. I just am rolling absolute garbage.
So going up this one with the brass tubings for assistance, you're looking for about a 12 on your climbing.
Okay, that's reasonable. Huzzah!
All right, you get about halfway up.
Another one.
Yep.
Nice.
No problem. You get all the way up to the top. As you reach the top, you find that there is another grate here. You hear some noise up above you too. You hear what sounds like frantic words of somebody who's quite upset. What is this? What's going? And he sounds like somebody's frantically doing something up above you. The grate here looks like it is quite sturdy.
Let's see.
Should I try one of these potions? Levitate or spider climb? See if it looks like if we roll high, I might be able to get the whole party involved. Just like our friend.
Let's go for the spider climb, I guess.
So
then
what's the plan?
the levitate?
Spider climb?
All right. So do I get to add my spell checks to a potion?
No, because the potion is based off of the caster, so the caster who created the potion. So it's basically going to be a 5th level caster. So for these, it's basically going to be a plus 6.
All right. Shall I roll a d20?
Yeah. So which one are we drinking, or who's drinking it?
I'm drinking it, and I'm gonna drink Spider Climb, I guess.
Wait, guys, before we do this, the grate is quite sturdy. Don't we need somebody who's strong to go up there?
Well, here's the theory. Oh, yeah, well, it's a good point. But the theory is if I could roll high enough, maybe the whole party can arrive at once.
Oh, yeah, a potion will just affect you. So even if you roll high, it'll just affect you.
Oh,
yep.
Okay. Good to know.
Yep.
Then I agree. Let's send up our strongest guy first.
All right. So our thief, I'm assuming, ties off the rope to the manhole and climbs down.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I'll say with the pipes and the rope, you're able to do that without any trouble.
So, all right. Let's. Yeah, kind of. I think it makes sense for Carl to drink the potion. So.
Okay. So that one is the spider climb, correct? Is that the one we're using?
Yep. I guess we got
Sure.
fleeting luck as well if we want to spend that up the. We've got 2 fleeting luck that you could spend up the roll.
All right, so the potion of spider climb doesn't have any additional things on here for me, so I'll just go to the spell spider climb. I don't remember what. There it is. It's first level. Okay, so we are going to go ahead. Whoever drinks it, we'll go ahead and roll me a d20. And you'll get the minimum success. So even if you roll below the minimum on the spell, you'll get the minimum success. So, Carl, you're the one drinking the potion.
Yeah, I hand you the spider climb there, Carl.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna drink.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d20.
D20.
All right, so 5, that's going to put you at 11, 12. So you get the minimum result there. So the caster becomes much more skilled at climbing, gaining a +10 bonus to climb checks, as long as his hands and feet are bare. Items weighing less than 5 pounds stick to the caster's hands during this time, making spellcasting impossible for the duration. So you have a +10 to your climb checks. All right, you start making your way up the pipe.
Yeah. How do I do a climb check?
Yeah, so basically it's just going to be like a
But-
strength check as you climb your way up. So you can just do a
Okay.
strength check, and it's going to be +10. So that is a 23. So you got no problem. Your first check, you start just quickly climbing your way up. You feel the sensation of your hands and just gripping to these pipes like no problem. No slipping at all, and you can just climb your way up. Go ahead and give me one more strength check.
Okay.
Again, no problem. With a 20, you get all the way up to the top and find yourself at the grate. You know what I forgot, though? How long does that last?
It says 1 turn per CL.
1 turn per CL. Okay, so that's going to be the character level that cast it was 5th, so that is 5 turns. So 50 minutes. You got a good amount of time. All right, so you find yourself at the metal grate. You too hear the frantic work of someone up above you. And you're at the manhole cover. We try to push it open.
Why not?
All right, if you want to try to push the grate open, that'll be a strength check. Or you could try attacking the grate and trying to break it.
I'm gonna try to push open first.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Shit.
Yeah, even with your super grippy hands pushing against it, you can't seem to get leverage, and it seems like it is quite sturdy.
All right. I'm gonna take my warhammer. I'm gonna try to break it.
Okay, give me an attack. And you smash the grate. It has... as you smash the grate, you can see it starts to crack and bend, but doesn't quite break fully open yet.
Okay. Now that it's break, can I try the strength check again?
Absolutely.
Just to finish up. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no.
still doesn't seem like it's quite fully broken yet.
Anyone else want to try?
Well, you're the only one that could be up there, so I mean, you can make another attack against it.
Oh yeah, I'm
But I
gonna
get-
finish breaking this.
Remember, I gave you a strength potion too.
All right. With that, you smack the grate again. That is going to be just enough to break it. So it looks like the hinges are now broken off of this thing, and you hear the frantic work suddenly go quiet. Whoever was making noise up there, go quiet.
Yeah, he better be. That is coming. All right, and then I get out of the
I need one
Yeah,
more
just
strength check from you to still push the grate off. The hinge is broken,
well,
but you still need to push the grate off. That is
yes,
enough.
I
No
need.
problem. So you push it up and off of the way, and you now see the chamber. You climbing up and in?
Yeah.
All right. So you climb up and in. I'll describe the room as we decide what else everybody else does. What would everybody else like to do?
I would like to follow it.
Yep.
All right. Everybody just
Climbing
climbing up. Okay. So
I'm gonna drink the potion of levitate so I can get up there fast and aid Carl and whatever's up there.
okay. So levitate. That is what level is that?
Yeah, I gotta look up too.
That's level 2. Okay. So you drink the levitate. So levitate, basically, the caster or a target chosen by the caster levitates into the air. The spell is useful for getting over walls or into canyons and handy for carrying heavy objects. So it goes from up to 1 turn. The caster can rise or descend through the air at a rate of 20 vertical feet per round. So yep, you'll be able to just levitate whoop, up the thing. Oh.
All right, let's do that. And I go up prepared to cast some spells.
All right, roll your d20 for the levitate potion. Oh. Plus 6, 26. The caster.
Did you say we're?
Go ahead.
Did you say we're doing fleeting luck? Does that give us a fleeting luck?
Yep, that gives you fleeting luck.
Only you.
All right. So you're not going to do that part. You're not going to designate a space. Oh no, you do. The caster designates a space up to 20 feet by 20 feet for up to 1 hour. All creatures or objects in that space are levitated as if on an invisible rising platform. There is no weight limit.
Cool. You got an elevator.
Basically, yep. So no save is possible, although an unwilling creature can run off the ledge of the quote-unquote platform. So generally the potions don't help other people, but I'll say as you do that, the magic just radiates through you, and then the area around you just starts to lift, and everyone next to you is lifted. So you kind of have to jump over each other to get into the tunnel, and you're all pushed up this tunnel. So that worked out very well.
Yeah, Needs is going to say, Justicia smiles on our enterprise.
All right. The animals are not affected. It only affects so many. So your animals are kind of like stuck down below. Actually,
my falcon.
Yeah, the falcon can come up, and I think the chicken doesn't really have much ability to fly upwards. So I think your wolf and chicken are kind of going to be stuck down below. All right. Oops, I need to grab tokens really quick. So let me go ahead and grab everybody's token and take you to the next map.
Yeah, I'm having a slight problem here. Like, my foundry logged out for some reason.
Yeah, I can.
I'm trying to get back in, but it won't let me choose my name. It's like gray.
Oh, because your character is currently in here. Let me kick you from the session. This is come here, right? Oh, Sam. Okay, so Sam is the one having problems. Okay, so Sam, kick. All right, refresh and try again.
All right.
All right. I feel like I'm missing somebody's on top of somebody else. So there we go. Okay, there I can see everybody.
It still is gray.
Still not working for you?
No.
All right, give me just a second. I'll refresh on my side as well since I've kicked you. Yeah, I've had this happen before. If this doesn't fix it, I'll just make another character for you really quick, and you'll be able to log in that way. All right, so refresh and try to log in again. Oh, hold on, before you do that. Yeah, you're still showing up in here. So let me go kick player. And then refresh. Yep, no, it's leaving you here. So give me just a moment. Sorry, guys. Bear with me as I do this.
No worries. I'm gonna go to the toilet while you
Yep.
do this.
You guys can take a bio break.
Yeah.
We'll give it a 5-minute break. We'll get you back into the game.
Yep.
Sounds good.
turn the audio back on, and we are back. Okay, activating the room you just walked into, or floated up into.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
All right, I will describe this room to you. All right, you have entered an enormous room filled with magical machinery. 4 huge vats of boiling green liquid sit in the 4 corners of the room. On the ceiling above each vat is a series of chains and pulleys that trace a course to the center of the room, where each track of chain ends in a steel cage hanging from the ceiling. In 2 of the cages are beautiful women who begin screaming for help when they see you. On the far side of the room is a large mass of machinery with a bank of levers upon it. A green-robed, green-skinned man sits there. Upon seeing you, he throws 2 of the levers up. A grinding sound fills the room as 2 of the cages holding the maidens begin screeching along their chain towards the boiling vats. Simultaneously, a swarm of bat-winged emerald skulls lift off the ground behind the sorcerer, while 2 emerald statues rise, dripping from the other 2 vats, and advance towards you. Roll for initiative. So, let me get this ready.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. So,
Actually, is this the beautiful woman?
yeah, I know their images aren't too beautiful there, but you know, it's in the eye of the beholder, right?
All right. Just
Do
confirm.
that. Do that thing where you clicked on me again, so I can enlarge the map.
Okay, no problem. So basically, if you have your character token selected, you could just type into the chat whatever you want, and it focuses everybody on your character. So everybody should be zoomed in about the same now. All right. So you came up through this grate here. You can see over to the left the Emerald Enchanter there. These 4 little bars are like the 4 levers that are hanging there. Up above you, so the roof or the ceiling is probably about 15 feet high. So the chains are along the ceiling, and the cages are about 8 feet tall with the women inside of them. So they're a few feet over your head currently, and begin moving along the ceiling towards the vats. And you can see the chains, so you know like the path that they're going along. All right. With that, I am going to put us all back into initiative. All right. You should be good to roll your initiative.
Yeah.
I'm going to move that one off to the side just because I don't want to kill him and delete him and have him fall off the combat. All right. Not too bad. I'm not going last, so all right. With that, we are into combat. We will begin, and Carl, you are up.
All right, so let me just understand the scenario really quickly. So we have all the skulls flying here. We have those same statues that we fought at the beginning, 2 of them.
Mhm.
And then we have the big boss here, right? The wizard.
Yep. And you know what?
Now-
I need everybody to just quickly roll me a luck check. Ooh, not too bad so far.
Whoosh.
So luck.
Is love.
Yeah, you want to roll low. So both Zama and Ray, the 2 of you recognize the 2 women. These are someone that are very close to you. One, let's say that the one on the right is close to Zama, and the one on the left is close to Ray. You recognize them. They are someone that is close to you and important to you. And they cry out for your help as they see you. All right, Carl, you are up.
Okay, just one last question.
Yeah.
When I look to this wizard here, he has a staff in his hands, just like the token, correct?
Yep.
And his other hands is shining like this, as like some kind of magic or whatever?
His other hand, it looks mundane right now, but his staff that he's holding looks like a green shaft of like emerald, and at the top of it kind of spreads out like crystals of emerald.
Okay,
what his
I'm
staff
gonna
looks
go
like.
over to him, I'm gonna attack him, I'm gonna use my deeds, and I'm gonna destroy the fuck of that stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to...
All right. You try to
Target him.
smack the staff out of his hand or try to break it. So
Yeah,
with
I'm gonna attack his hand, but I'm gonna try to break the staff in the same motion.
All right. With a 23, you definitely hit. You try to smash the staff, but it doesn't break. It seems like it's made very, very well. Much firmer, harder than actual emerald. The staff, though, is going to fall out of his hand as you hit it so hard, and it's going to do 7 points of damage to this guy. All right.
That is here, motherfucker. I just say that before my hand.
All right. With
You
that, Zama, you are up.
Paladins of Justicia always say motherfucker, so.
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
No sense.
Let's. I think this is the guy, right? I guess I'm gonna go for an invoke patron, and invoke my my wind elemental, and see what we can bring into the room to help us here.
All right. You have the results for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
And let's see. So I've got 1 fleeting luck, +2 spell check. Let's. If I could figure out which one is me, I'd look at my. There we go. It's +1, 2 for the from the invoke. So let's do. So this is gonna be a +4.
Yep.
17 gets me. Not a lot. Caster is surrounded by a whirling vortex that flings aside all incoming missiles, and melee attackers must struggle to lift their blades against the wind. For the next turn, 10 minutes, all missile fire attacks that hit the caster have an automatic 50% chance of missing, and the caster receives +2 bonus to armor class.
Excellent. All right. So make a note of yourself that your armor's +2, and
right.
Anything that missile fire against you will have a 50% chance of missing, you said?
That's right.
All right. Perfect. All right. With that, do you want to move at all or stay where you're at?
I want to keep using my levitate to get to the top of the room and get elevation advantage over the bad guys.
All right. So you head up. So we'll say you float up towards the ceiling. So I'll put that. So it gives you a little 15 feet. You're 15 feet up in the air.
Oh, we can do that? Awesome.
Yeah, we're floating right now, guys.
All right. With that, Dalnith, you're up.
Dalnith clenches her fist, throws her head back, and invokes the names of 3 fates to help her in the coming battle. So she invokes her patron. Let me roll. And excuse me. Well, that doesn't matter. Oh, damn, that's bad. That's really bad, isn't it? Right.
Roll 1d6
on the table below.
Yeah,
Yes.
just roll a d6 for me.
Will do. Yeah, sorry, I'm switching between the documents.
You're good. You're good.
Be right back. Damn. Okay, there we go. I rolled 2. Shall I read it?
That is corruption plus patron taint. So for corruption, roll me a d8.
Yes.
Your patron's taint is corrupted.
That is a 5. A 5 is a major corruption. So go ahead and roll me a d10.
All right, d10.
Can he spend luck to get rid of the corruption? You can't get rid of the patron taint.
I don't think.
I think on this it's rolling as it is. So a 7. So demonic taint.
But I've got my luck modifier. No, that does count. No?
Oh yeah. Your luck modifier would reduce this.
And it would also count on the previous roll, wouldn't it?
Yep. So that would make you. What's your luck modifier?
I've got a 15, so it's +1.
+1. Okay. So that takes your d6 would go up technically to a 3, which is still corruption and patron taint. The
Yeah.
5 would be a 4, and a 4 is still a major corruption.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, it's a
And-
minor corruption. It's a minor corruption.
Oh, okay.
Minor corruption of a 6. So minor
my
corruption
God.
6 here.
Thank God.
Easiest way to let me see. I'm just gonna roll it this way. See if it changes. Nope, that gave me a 1. This is hard. The way this works. Tell you what, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna go minor corruption. Can I share this with you?
So, what kind of corruption is it? Is it from the elf corruption?
Let me
or
see. There we go. Okay, I can double click on it. So there we go. So go ahead and roll me a d5.
A D5. Yep, there we go. Also -1, or is it +1? It's 1. So
Okay, so there you go. So there we go. So ears mutate. You rolled, and your ears become pointed.
all right. I'm an elf, so
They become even more pointed, just like extremely pointed.
Yeah, you're like a night elf from Warcraft.
Right?
all right. So that might actually be a good thing in elf society. Now I'm okay. Yeah, I can live with
All right.
that.
And then for your corruption, go ahead and roll me a d8.
D8.
The elf chicks love it.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm a girl, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh wait,
Well, I mean, whatever
That-
works.
D8. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so that is, let's see how
-1 as well, huh?
Yep, so it puts you at a 2. So let's see how this translates. Nope, that didn't bring up the correct thing. Oh yeah, no, it did. It just apparently his corruption just gives you another minor corruption. So go ahead and can you click on that minor corruption table that just came into the chat?
Yeah.
All right, click on that and roll it.
Wait, where do I click then?
So in the chat box where it says Zamabe,
Roll.
it says table 5-3. As you click on that, it should bring up a roll table, and in the bottom right, there's a roll.
Oh yeah, I just did.
Okay, so
And that's not -1. This one.
this one would also be -1.
Yeah.
And since I can't
So
manually do
that
that,
would be-
that's okay. Doing all this manually, this is where it gets a little bit funky. The character
yeah.
develops horrid pustules on his face. These pustules do not heal and impose a -1 penalty to personality.
no.
So your personality goes
Okay.
down by 1. All right.
I guess that's my turn.
All
So
right.
I've got better ears, but I've got horrible acne now.
Yep.
Okay.
Basically. All right, did you move at all or stay where you're at?
I'm gonna float back here.
Okay. All right, with that, the Enchanter is up. You know what I forgot to add to the combat is these guys.
Did you alter my personality, or do I do this?
You can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
All right. So just alter, it'd be like kind of like Spellburn. You just reduce your current.
Current. Okay.
Yep. All right, because there's a chance you can cure that, and I want to make sure that we still remember what your max was.
Right.
All right. So with that, the Emerald Eidolon should have gone before you, but they're going to go now. So they step out of the vats and begin moving towards you guys, trying to block you from the Enchanter. So this one's going to come down here and attack at Carl.
That's right.
You guys have some kind of magic word thing?
Yeah.
All right. First attack against Carl with the sword. That is a 2 for a total 8 is going to miss. The second one is going to come out towards Dalnith, towards the party, and attack Dalnith.
Yep.
And that is going to be a 9, also misses.
Yep.
All right. Then we are up to the Emerald Enchanter. The Emerald Enchanter is going to jump over, grab his staff, move, and I think you were in combat. So with him moving away, Carl, that gives you an opportunity to strike at him if you would like.
Mm-hmm. I would like very much. By the way, when I do the attack of opportunity, can I use the dice?
The deed die? Yeah, it's like a normal attack, yeah. So what are you trying to do?
No, I mean, can I use the D dice as well so I can have a deed if he...
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go for his knees. So if he tries to run, I'm gonna attack him. Go for his knees. I want him to stop running.
All right.
Sorry, just a second. Let me mark him here. Shiba.
All right, and 18 is enough to hit. The D goes off, so as you hit him, he moves to pick up his staff, and as he tries to run away further, you hit him in the back of the leg, and he stops moving there, kind of getting down on one knee. He turns around at you and lifts his staff and points it at you. As he points his staff at you, he is going to cast a spell. All right, I need to go in here. Forgot to change this ahead of time. Oops, that was Magic Shield. That's the wrong one. There we go. That's what I need. So for this, I'm just going to go ahead and roll a d20 and then figure it out afterwards. So he points his staff at you, and suddenly... that is 3 green arrows come flying out of his staff towards you. The first one doing, that is 9 points of damage.
Fucking hell.
Damn.
Now, I have magic missile, so I would have recognized that, but I've already used my initiative for this round, right?
Yeah,
So I can't engage in spell duel yet.
not yet.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, that's one thing with like wizards. It's good to be further down the chain when you're going against casters because you can cast against them. So that is going to be 9 points of damage. I think for that one it's total. It's not per dart. So that'll be 9 points of damage to you as these 3 arrows go flying out, smacking into you, all sticking into your chest and then like fading and disappearing from sight. He only gets... Does he get more than one action on his turn? Where's his action die?
Don't help me.
No, he gets 2. So his second one is at a lower deed, though, or a lower die. So he does that, and but he's not going to go into melee right now, so he will stand back and basically try to hide behind the giant machine. So yeah, the machine in the middle here, you have to go around. It is quite large. All right, with that, the Emerald Skulls are up. They are going to fly forward. And they're going to release their laser eyes at everybody. So the first 2 are going against Carl here.
Oh, God.
All right, the first laser eye beam. Look like you got a high AC. That one's going to shoot at you and miss. The second one shoots at you and also misses. Laser beams hitting the machine behind you and sparking. All right, next one going against our cleric. That is a 18 for 3 points of damage. I think that misses. Your AC is higher than that. All right. Next is going against Zama. This will be a 50% chance of missing. That's a 19. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll let you do it. Zama, roll me a d4. 1, 2 misses, 3, 4 hits. Misses. All right. The next one flies forward and tries to shoot one at our thief. That is a 13. I think a 13 misses as well.
Yep.
All right. The skull's not very effective currently. Satch, you are up.
I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna say Yasmillion to this, the one right in front of me that's trying spell burn.
So you spell burn 1, and then that gives you a total of +4 on your spell check. So just roll a d20 and add 4. Oh, yeah. It comes stepping out, the liquid still dripping off of it. You yell, Yasmillion, and make some magical gestures with your hands, and it begins transforming from the emerald green back into human flesh. As you see that, this looks like another villager that you is somewhat familiar. You've probably seen them in passing. As the flesh begins to return, you see them kind of coming back into consciousness, and they look terrified. All right. Any more movement? Or stay where you're at.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
All right. Tom, you are up.
I've torn between healing Carl or turning the skulls. I think I'm going to try and turn the skulls.
Okay.
Nice.
Oof.
No, but it's not in my disapproval range, I think. Or is it the raw roll or not?
So it's a 6. What's your disapproval range at currently?
5.
5? Yeah, you're good.
All right, but my disapproval range goes up.
Yep, because it is a fail, so it will go up. All right. Any movement from you, or stay where you're at?
I'll stay where I'm at, and I'll just kind of look. Well, actually, I'll be, try and take some of the hits.
All right.
That'll be my turn.
Ray, you are up.
Shit. So, have they started moving yet? Our friends?
The ones in the cages? They have started moving slowly. The start of each round, I'll move them.
Alright. I hope this doesn't go too horribly badly. I want to use my scroll of fireball.
Okay.
I want to shoot this guy. Why isn't... Oh, hold on.
The Enchanter? So right in that spot?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for...
I'm not quite sure if they'll catch Carl or not.
It all depends on the roll. All right. So that was the Scroll of Fireball. I don't remember if there's any additional things in there. Looks like, yeah, this is a specific. So go ahead and do your cast from scroll ability.
Yeah, I've got a D12.
You can burn luck, though.
That's the plan. That's a great roll. Okay. I'm going to burn... Well, I guess I can just go until I'm happy, right?
Yep.
Is that right?
I would say, I could let you know that for this scroll, it is fairly powerful. You would probably need about a 15 at a minimum.
Okay. I'm going to burn 4 luck.
Okay. Well, being a thief, yeah, you can burn it as you go. Well, you rolled 3 ones. So that puts you up to an 18. All right. So as you cast this fireball, this is going to be, you launch the fireball up to 160 feet. It does 6d6 damage. The fireball arcs up like a catapult to a point 40 feet above the ground, which is not going to do it here because you're not launching it that far. And it basically is going to, it doesn't give me a size of it, but we will go.
I think it's a 20-foot radius.
That sounds about right. So with that,
These are 10-foot squares, right?
Basically, yep. So you kind of launch it like right there.
That's a 20. If it's 20 feet radius, and those are 10-foot squares, that'd be twice that.
Oh yeah. Radius. So that would be if you launch it kind of in that area.
A little further back.
Wouldn't it be?
There you go.
Oh yeah, that'll work for
Right
me.
there. All right.
Sure.
Roll 6d6. That put your spell up to a 18, so they have 18 on their saves. All right. 19 points of damage. So we'll go with the Emerald Enchanter
I'm gonna do
first.
2 more luck.
2 more luck to burn that up. Okay, to add to the damage, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that puts us at 24 damage. All right, reflex save for the Emerald Enchanter. Oh, he fails for sure. Our little Eidolon fails as well, and our 2 little skull guys. One saves, and the other saves. All right, so they'll take half damage. All right, so the Emerald Enchanter takes was it 24 points of damage?
Yeah.
All right, he is quite hurt here. That blast almost killing him. All right, and then the Eidolon is destroyed. Again, it turns it back to human and cries out in pain before collapsing to the ground. And then both of the flying skulls, even the one that made it safe, is destroyed.
And I was hoping I might fuck up that vat. That was part of the reason I did it, to maybe drain the vat or something if it did enough damage. I don't know.
Go ahead and give me a luck check.
Oh, that's not going to be great now. Oh, it's right on.
All
Okay,
right. Looks like it's cracked it and kind of leaking a little bit.
That's something.
All right. Very good. All right, Carl, you're up.
I just I look at Tom, and I look back to the wizard. I just put my hammer up. It's like for Solsticia, and I just run, and I'm gonna smash. I'm gonna smash this motherfucker. Quick question about luck. I
Yes.
can burn after. So can I burn luck after I miss an attack?
Yes.
Or do I have to burn luck before I attack?
Yeah, luck can be used afterwards.
Okay. So let's go for it. Woo!
Oh yeah!
Oh my god. Well,
In your
with
face,
that, you come over to smash him. Man, you just smash this guy straight in the face, and you see his eyes like roll back in his head. Go ahead and roll the additional damage there. It's 1d6. Yeah, you smash this guy in the face, and even with that low damage roll, it was pretty wounded from the previous hit. You see his eyes roll back, and he collapses to the ground, no longer moving. All
And
right.
Solsticia. Solsticia. Just point to the heavens like Solsticia.
Yes, yes. We shall celebrate. Wow, this was cool. That
Zama.
was cool doing the fireball too.
Right?
Yeah.
Good timing for that. Zama, you're up.
Well, I was going to put a magic missile in his face, but I think I'm going to use my levitation to run for those. So you said as soon as we entered
yeah.
the room, he hit the levers, and my friends on the chains started moving.
Yep. Oops. Here. So this
So
one's
if I
moved to
go
here
and
here.
if I go and move the levers back, they should stop, right?
You can attempt to. So you don't understand what this mechanism really is, and it looks like it has magical elements to it as well. So you can go try to move some of the levers and see what happens. It'd be a luck check.
But they're in like iron cages, right? Elves don't want to be. So let's see. I think I'm gonna move for the levers and try to push all the levers down.
Okay. So you float over to the levers and start pulling on some of the levers. Go ahead and give me a luck check.
All right. I just went up to 16. So let's see. Oh, but this is low, right? So no pluses.
Yeah, you want to roll low. So yeah, just roll you just roll a d20, and very well. You flip a couple of the levers there, and both of the cages stop moving where they're at.
Excellent.
All right, Dalnith, you still got 3 of these skulls flying around.
Yeah, and the guy, sorry, the emerald creature, is that turning back to
He's
human
turned back
over
to
there?
flesh. Yep. So it's back to human,
Yeah.
and he looks terrified and looks like he wants to run.
Yeah. Well, in this case, I think it's smart to make short work of the little creature, the flying skulls. So Elna takes her bow, but she charges her arrow up with magical energy as she prepares to cast a magic missile spell. And seeing, well, what shall I do with this? Let me just check where my. I would like to burn. Up to how far can I burn, actually?
I would
Up to
say
3?
you could burn any stat down to a minimum of like 3. If you try to push beyond that, you'll suffer
Yeah.
other penalties.
Yeah. So I would like to burn 1 agility and 5 strength for this.
Okay.
Um,
So that puts you at a +9, I believe.
Yeah, so that's 6, 15 plus 1 from my what's it called? I've got 1 luck.
Okay, for your spell, your magic spell, or your lucky spell, or anything like that.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 points of fleeting luck.
No, I don't. No, I had 0. So it's still not going to do much, I think.
So I think that puts you up into like a 15, 16, somewhere right in that range.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
So a single missile that does equal right now 1 damage.
So 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage?
Yep, because it's plus caster level. It's the 1 plus caster level. The D4 plus caster level of damage. Yep. Which one are you firing at?
The closest one to me.
All right. It had 3 HP. You blast it. You basically pull out your bow, say your magic words, and a glowing arrow appears. You loose it. It fires, hits the emerald skull, and it shatters to pieces.
Right.
All right. The enchanter is down. He's done. So the 2 last flying skulls are going to fly around the room. They are actually going to fly over and attack the one that downed their leader. So with that, 2 lay eye beams against Carl.
I accept my fate.
A 21. I think
All
your
right.
AC that just hits. So it's only 2 points of damage for you. And let's see if the last one can down you permanently. Definitely not. The next one you see coming. It kind of tries to shoot its laser beams quickly and hits the machine instead of hitting you.
I'm blessed.
All right, Satch.
I'm gonna move over and pick up the emerald wand or staff.
Okay, so you pick up the emerald staff off of the sorcerer or
Right.
the enchanter. Okay.
Right. I don't know much. I saw the missiles come out, so that's why I wanted to. I don't know. He was thinking maybe.
I'll describe the staff to you afterwards once you have some time to spend with it.
Right.
All right, so that's what you do on your turn. Tom, you are up.
I've got to heal this paladin, this worthy paladin of Justicia. So please, Justicia, do not let us bring this perfect vessel of your will back to full fighting capability. So I'm going to lay on hands.
All right.
Let's see whether Justicia is.
Looks like she is quite pleased with you.
Yep. So that is that's. Do you handle it like you would roll 4 and take the 2 highest?
No. So he's just gonna roll straight up. Carl, roll 2d12 for me.
2d12.
Yep.
Okay.
So 11 points of healing back to you. Gets you pretty close to max. All right, and you staying where you're at?
I'll stand next to my brother in Justicia. So.
All right. With that, Ray, you are up. Seems all you can see left are the 2 flying skulls.
Sweet. I'm gonna run over to my beautiful maiden over here and help her out of her cage if I can.
All right. You try to jump up onto the cage, looking for a way to open it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. You don't see any way of opening this. You don't even, you see like there might be hinges on part of it. You can't really make them out, but you don't see any way of like a latch to unhinge it.
I'll get you out of there. Don't worry.
All right. As you guys have gotten a good luck check and messed with the levers. They don't move any further, but they maintain where they are. Carl, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna bring Solsticia Justice to this one here. Oh fuck! I'm a fanatic now.
Oh yeah, smash that thing and it shatters to pieces across the ground. All right, Zama.
So one skull left, right?
Yep.
Let's do magic missiles.
All right. I would say you're gonna have to move around as the machine is kind of blocking your view of that one. So you move around to there, you can see it and attack.
I'm driving crazy. All right, excuse this. Sorry. I get messed up and I can't undo it. I know it. Sorry. So this should be. I get an extra for this. 1, 2, 3. And
if you just double click and open, unless you're burning additional spell burn, click on your character sheet, go to elf spells, and you'll see the magic missile, and it has the additive already put in there for your lucky spell. So
it does.
Yep. You just click on that little die and it'll roll for you. And then if you want a spell burn, we handle that afterwards. It's not a problem. All right. 16. That is going to be single missile does 1d4 of damage plus caster level. All right. That is going to be 5 points of damage, and this arrow flies in, smashes into the creature, and it also shatters into pieces that skitter across the ground. And with that, you are out of combat. Everybody go ahead and, while you handled that fairly easily, you do get 4 experience because it is there is a lot of danger in it. So everybody gets additional 4 experience. So everybody should be over 110 at this point.
I am 114.
There you go.
I will look at the wizards. Grab his staff. Maybe there's something magical about it. I don't know.
So he
I'm
grabs the staff, and I'll go ahead and I'll throw it in your inventory. And we kind of describe it.
Yeah, I thought Scant had already grabbed it.
Oh, yeah. So Satch had already grabbed it. So who wanted it?
What else?
Satch is the one that grabbed it. He ran over in his initiative and grabbed it. You going to hold on to it, Satch?
I just want to look at it. I mean, I'm not opposed to sharing.
Okay, so you look at it. The emerald staff. You spend some time looking at it. This emerald staff gives a +2 to saves and a +2 to spell checks to cast magic missile.
Fuck yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have the spell magic missile. So.
Well, you're about to level up, so you could always try to learn it.
And you've got 2 elves who know it.
I do have the spell magic missile.
Right. That's why I don't want to
I would benefit tremendously by that. But what else? Let's look at the total of what's in the room and then see what a fair division might be.
So additionally, he has on him padded armor that he is wearing. He is holding on to 3 daggers. These are just mundane daggers. He has a ring with like a shield on it. And he has a ring with a skull on it.
So is the armor mundane as well?
Yeah, just mundane padded armor.
Yeah.
Let's look at those rings.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and just because I don't think nobody has like identify, right? Is that even a spell in here?
No, but a ring with a shield on it tells me ring of protection, probably.
So go ahead and whoever's inspecting it, just give an intelligence check.
Could I inspect it? Yeah, I've got good intelligence.
I have pretty nice.
Oh man, 6.
So with that, you're not quite sure. You don't get a sense of its ability.
I shall see if they are.
Here, let me look at that.
All right. Zama looks at it, and you're like, you know what? I've read and studied something like this before. I've seen similar kinds of rings. This is definitely a ring of protection that'll grant a +2 to AC.
Ooh, nice.
So that might be worth exchanging that emerald staff for. And then
Yeah,
a
totally.
ring with a skull on it.
Yep.
I shall check to make sure it's not tainted by evil magic.
Okay.
It's probably evil necromancy.
You can't quite tell. Yeah. You're not sure, but skulls usually mean bad to you.
Can I roll intelligence as well for this one?
Absolutely.
Just, check
As
it
you
out.
study across it. Yep.
Okay.
11.
Yeah.
Right, not quite sure.
I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Hey guys, we got like prisoners here. They're all like stuck.
Extra fell.
Yeah, this one you guys can't quite make out. It's just doesn't seem to resonate with any of you. You don't recognize it itself or any kind of energy coming off of it.
I guess we can study it in our downtime.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So those are the items he had on him. Additionally, in this room, you see the vats, and it looks like this large machine. This room is actually fairly clean, despite the damage that you've done to some of it. But the cages are still sitting up above, and as Ray jumped up there to check them, he didn't see anything that he could do to like open it manually.
Can we just strength the bars open?
You could try, yeah. I would say your levitate is gone, so these things are still hanging, several feet up in the air. They're like maybe like a foot or two above your heads.
And they're hanging from chains?
Yep.
Well, how about we form a stack of people and see whether
Put the
we can pick a lock? Yeah.
strongest guy on top, or thief maybe get us into. Are there locks on these things?
He didn't see a lock or anything that looked like a latch, so it just looks like a solid cage almost.
How the hell did they get in there?
So that's Carl is strongest, is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Carl, get on my shoulders and see if you can force these bars.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
All right. So strength check. Can't seem to bend the bars themselves.
Maybe we can
That's
smash.
right.
Maybe we can smash the chain.
Yeah, we've got further falls, so maybe if we smash the chain, we can do that.
I was gonna say I think it's like an 8-foot fall or something, right? It shouldn't be too
Yeah,
bad,
roughly.
huh?
Yeah. It'd probably hurt a bit as she's inside of it, and she'll get tossed around some, but doesn't look like it'd be fatal.
Is it time to spend that potion of strength?
I'm thinking like we've all got like the engineering background, right?
Oh
We
yeah.
figure out right from the last adventure. So can
Right.
we figure out how to like open these up based on how to take them down? I'll try an intelligence check to see if I can figure it out.
Okay, go ahead.
Nice one.
It wasn't too great, but
I would say the 11, you remember that somebody came over, flipped these levers, and they at least stopped moving, so the levers could possibly control them.
all right. I'll suggest, well, maybe there's a lever to open them up. Can I do another intelligence check? Or have Ray do it?
To go investigate and figure it out, you can absolutely try.
I can do engineering for this.
Yep.
I just made that as a weapon.
Oh,
just
no
I could
problem.
roll
No
With the name engineering.
So 14. All right, so 14, you get a look at it and you can tell, okay, there's 4 levers. 2 of them are in like the middle position. 2 of them are in the up position. The 2 that are in the middle position, you would assume are the ones that stopped moving.
I guess I'll move the other ones then.
All right, you push them all into the up position.
I guess so.
All right, you do that. They begin moving back to their initial location.
Well, I meant I was flipping the ones that were on the outside that weren't. You said the middle ones were for moving, right?
So there's 2 levers. 2 of them are in the up position. 2 of them are in like a level position. So that basically your lever could go up, in the middle, or down. So you had 2 that were in the up position, 2 of them that were in the middle position, and it looks like they could be pulled down further. Does that make sense?
I guess I'll put them like you did that first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you push everything back up into the up position. And they move back to their original location. There are other dials and other things on this machine, this contraption.
Something probably
Holy-
opens the door or something.
Yeah.
Is there a dial that says open?
Nothing with words on it. You can go ahead and give me another intelligence check or a luck check to just start throwing levers.
Nice.
Okay, you notice on the side there are some additional, another like 4 different kind of switches.
I'll flip the first one.
All right, you flip the first one. Flip the first one, and this cage here, the bottom just falls open.
I'll tell them to, be ready that you might, these are going to open. So I don't know if they'll fall when they're in that position or not. But yeah,
We'll get ready to catch them.
there you go. And I'll flip the rest.
All right, you flip the second one. This one's cage falls open. You flip the third one, and this woman falls out. And Tom, go ahead and give me a reflex save. No problem. She falls into your hands, and you capture her, and she grabs onto you and hugs you tightly. The next one, you flip the lever. This one falls open. Was there anyone standing there ready to catch her?
I was. That's my girlfriend, right?
Yep.
So.
My girlfriend.
Oh, no, yeah, that one was Ray's.
But Tom caught your girlfriend.
Yep, Tom caught your girlfriend.
Oh.
All right, so who's catching Ray's girlfriend?
Somebody catch my girlfriend.
That's my
All
reflex.
right, no problem. Yeah, again, whoop, she falls, and this one, she's quite light, so you capture her and have no problem keeping her from taking any fall damage. So you've rescued these 2 prisoners.
I run over and plant a big smooch on her hairy lips.
Yes, they are quite attractive. So they are just absolutely ecstatic and so happy for you saving them. All right. You guys have, taken care of this room so far. What would you like to do next?
All right, we've successfully looted the bodies, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Then we throw
obtained-
his naked body into a vat and see what happens.
Just a question first. The session ends at 7. Not.
It ends roughly 3 to 4 hours after the start. So generally I have it set for 3 hours, but sometimes we run to 4, depending on what's going on. So right now we're at, what is that? We're just hitting the 3 hours. So does anybody want to go 1 more hour to wrap this up, or?
I was
Yeah.
counting on 3 hours, to be honest. Yeah. If you guys want to wrap this up without me, then I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But I would like to make a case for one of either the staff or the Ring of Protection later, as I'd like to return for another game next time as well.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. So you probably have a good half hour to go after this, no?
Yeah, I'd probably say roughly half an hour. Yep.
Yeah. I guess I'll quit here then.
Okay, I will. As soon as this session is done, I'll post both videos from this module, so you can catch up and find out what happened in the last 30 minutes.
All right. Perfect.
right.
Perfect.
Not a problem.
Good. Yeah. Can I? Do you have Did you post the next game already?
At 10 o'clock, or at the 3 hour mark, it will post automatically. So it's not posted yet, but it'll post automatically.
Oh, okay. Fine. Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
I guess I'll see you guys in 2 weeks then.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do next? You have a door leading out the north end here.
So just one thing, is this the same guy who the wizard that we defeated?
Yep.
Is this the same guy who popped up in the beginning of this module when we entered in a room, and then there was a wizard who popped up as well. So it's the same guy.
Yep, he came up out of the table and then went back into the table. Yep, this is him.
All right, I'm gonna move to this door here, and if the thief wanted to check for traps, definitely for this door here. But
And then the prisoners you rescued too start saying, "You have to save everyone else. You have to save everyone else. They're in the cages down below."
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
A lot of spell burning.
well, down below, didn't we just came from down below?
Well, there might be we skipped like a floor or two, maybe.
Yeah, we came up from bottom floor to top floor.
All
Looks
right,
good,
all
Mark.
right. Find traps. Looks good.
All right, I'm gonna open this looks good door.
All right. You open the door and it opens and nothing happens.
Woo! Riffy.
All right. As you step forward, you see a hallway that leads to the left and the right. The hallway to the left seems to open up into a room. The hallway to the right seems to bend around a corner in two different directions.
Need to look at the room.
All right. As you head over to that room, this room looks like a sculptor's workshop. There are several large slabs of emerald, all with half-formed shapes carved from them. Most are humanoid torsos, though some resemble other shapes. One is like a miniature horse, and there are several small cubes half-carved into realistic-looking human skulls. Stoneworking tools rest on the tables throughout the room.
All right, we're taking the emeralds for donations to Justicia.
All right. So basically, you guys can gather about maybe 10 pounds apiece worth of emerald chunks here. Each pound is worth 2 gold pieces.
Each pot, wow!
Because
Emeralds
they're
must
raw, they're raw unfinished, so they're not like carved into something that can be used very well. And it's basically you're gathering up a pound of small like shards and pieces and stuff like that, not one large chunk.
What about that miniature horse?
Give the girls 10 pounds each, too.
All right,
Yeah,
so
we'll
if you
put
want
all
to
the
add that to
prisoners.
your inventory, you can.
We'll get all the prisoners and have them carry 10 pounds.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we saved you.
How
Let's
much-
head on back up to gather some emeralds.
How many pounds are here?
Each person can gather up about 10 pounds worth of like scrap emerald pieces.
But how much? What's the total weight of emeralds in the room? Do you think?
Oh, massive, like thousands of pounds, because these large slabs
Are
let's see,
emeralds?
each of them weigh roughly like 5,000 pounds. They're massive, like emeralds.
So if we can control this room, we have infinite amounts of wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back and
We can
carve
carve-
it. And,
we can carve a statue of Justicia out of emerald.
yep.
Yes, and sacrifice it for eternal. Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. You can,
Anybody
we, could,
got the jeweler?
we could turn this whole place into a temple of justicia if you want.
Right.
Anyone got the jeweler occupation?
Good question.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for. I like inadvertently open the door, so I'll just take my lumps, whatever is in the what's in this room.
All right, you open it. No traps go off, it seems. This room is a comfortable-looking bedroom. There is a bed with a thick straw mattress, a bookshelf with several dusty volumes, a chair, and a wardrobe.
Ooh, dusty volumes.
All right.
Yeah, looking
Elves
through
and,
the.
elves and wizards.
As you look through the dusty volumes, you see several books with ideas of making mundane potions, hair growth, nail fungus cures, random things like that. But then you find
nail fungus.
3 tomes that look like they may be of some value. The first tome looks like it has several level 1 spells in it.
Oh,
The second tome has the level 2 spell Wizard Staff, and the third tome has the level 3 spell Make Potion.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What are the 3 first level spells?
So the level 1 spell book has quite a few spells. It has Cantrip, Find Familiar, Invoke Patron, Magic Missile, Magic Shield, Patron Bond, Runic Alphabet, Mortal, and Spider Climb. So these are something you could, as a wizard or an elf, spend time studying to possibly learn those spells.
Yeah, runic alphabet and spider climb are the only two I don't have already. And there's another wizard in this room, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Is that more valuable to you? Do you need magic missiles or?
I mean, any type of spell stuff is valuable to me. But I don't want to
Sure.
take all the stuff. So.
What spells, or would you rather have the second and third level?
Well, I don't have any second level spells now, so.
Yeah, neither do I. But I guess we're getting close to the point where we might want one. So the total. So I know there's a priest. There's 2 elves. Is that right? And 1 magic user.
Yeah, there's one wizard and 2 elves.
All right.
Let's sort out the division of the loot later. Let's finish the exploration because
I got
can
notes
do
on
that
it.
offline.
We can handle it afterwards. Not a problem. Yep. And that is all anything of value you find in that room. All right, as you guys head up to this next room. This large room is dominated by an enormous crystal ball set into the ceiling in the bottom left corner. In the opposite corner, closest to you as you came in, well, on this opposite corner here, you see a flat emerald tabletop, much like the one you saw earlier in your explorations. A few chairs and tables complete the room.
Look around for valuables and then move on.
This room doesn't seem to have really any valuables that you could see, that you could take with you anyways.
You can't take this giant ball.
Nope, it is like set into the ceiling.
What? It's just a giant. Is it glowing?
It's not glowing. It's almost like a opalescent white.
It's a pearl.
Wow.
Scrying device or something.
I'm gonna ask Ray to check the corridor for traps.
But I'm looking at this pearl. I'm trying to figure out how to get it out of a door that's half its size.
What if it's Indiana Jones?
Needs is like, we got people to save.
It's a good point.
Looks clear.
Looks clear.
All right. Needs will walk down. Great confidence down the corridor. Because he trusts for it.
Yeah, you should.
As you move down around this way, it blends at the end, and you turn and see a door.
I'll let Ray do his thing, and then I'll open it.
All right.
Looks clear.
You've been really on point with that. Like you said, they're not trapped, and they haven't been trapped. You're such a good thief.
I am.
Our thief is a specialist.
All right.
Oh shit!
Before you open that, the door itself is engraved with what looks like complex geometric designs. A spellcaster would recognize these as magical runes.
Can we read them at all?
I'm a spellcaster.
Oh shit.
All right. With a 22, let's see.
That's another point of fleeting luck, right? So we're 2 points of fleeting luck.
So
Do we all get that?
I think it just happens for the player.
Oh, I thought like the person that rolls a 20 gets the luck, and then
Yeah,
if
the person that gets the
rolls
20
one-
gets the luck. Yeah, and anyone who rolls a 1, it loses
Oh.
everybody's fleeting luck. Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's ours.
Oh,
That's
because the way that
right?
because the way that I've run it, the DM's run at other tables is that the fleeting luck goes to the whole table.
That's how we've done it before too.
Yeah, I could definitely do it going that way forward. Not a problem.
Okay, cool. All right.
So with that, you recognize that there is a word portal on this door. That you are not going to be able to just manually open this door. With that high of a roll, you know that basically you can make a will save to pass through the door.
All right. I will.
Do we have dispel magic or anything like that?
I don't.
Not at this level. All right, I will try a will save.
All right. You go to try to pass through the door and almost feel as in like fear takes over you and makes you turn from the door.
Justicia does not want us to go through this door.
Almost like you imagined a green dragon on the other side. I'd like to do a will save. Let's see.
Okay.
Where's my...
What if we just destroy the door jam around the door and then we can push it down? I have a pick.
Looking for my... There we go. Will is +1.
You too, you feel like you get a little bit closer and want to push through, and then something forces you to turn away.
Bet Carl can do it. He's a real willful dude.
What kind of test do I need to do again?
This is a will save.
And will, my will is so low. I have like basically depression with this character, but I can try.
Oh, nice!
Wait.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Nope, that was Dalnith. So Dalnith goes up, and she has the confidence. She's going up, and she's like, I'm going to make it through this. And as she goes up to the door, she feels herself passing through it. As she passes through it, she sees a horrid sight on the other side, immediately turns around and grabs who's next to the door currently.
I am.
Probably
Sure.
needs.
Needs? All right, she grabs you and pulls you through with her. So Needs, you are in the room with her. All right, anybody else want to make another check to try to get through? Or Needs, do you want to try to grab someone, pull somebody through?
I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try grabbing someone.
All right, so who's next behind Needs?
I'm definitely standing there.
Sorry, who was that?
Zama is definitely standing there too.
Okay. So that
First one was a 3.
No, if they're not
It's a
fighting
fail.
back, you don't really make a strength check. You just grab them and they're able to pull you through. So I think you said Zama was next. All right. So with that, you pull the 3 of you through, and we're gonna go ahead and go into initiative here.
I'm trying to walk through.
You guys okay in there?
All right.
We need Carl.
Green dragons.
Can I try to open this door?
You can't open it. You could try to pass through with a will save. So what you see here as you pass into the room, you see a small chamber with a door that you've just come through. Another emerald statue confronts you. This one more horrible than the last. It is a hulking 8-foot tall humanoid with enormous hooked claws at the end of each arm and a barbed scorpion tail. The creature, as the 3 of you come into the room, turns and looks to attack. So I think that I put everybody into initiative. Yes, I did, other than the monster. So everybody can go ahead and roll their initiative.
So the magic word was designed to emerald things.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh, yay. My Emerald Horror goes first. All right, beginning combat. With that, the Emerald Horror is going to look forward, and it gets to... It does 3 actions, so it's going to attack at each one of you. All right, so starting from top to bottom, the first one versus Dalnith. This is going to be a claw attack. That definitely hits, but only for 2 points of damage, so not too bad on the damage. All right, the next one versus Zama. Natural 1. But not too bad. So it goes to strike at you. You definitely dodge out of the way, and it scratches against the door. You guys on the other side of the door hear something collide with the door. And the third one versus our cleric. That is an 18. I believe that misses, right? As its
It does.
scorpion, its barbed tail strikes at you, but you're able to hold up your shield and block its attack. All right. Satch, you're on the other side. You can make a will save to try to get through.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oof, not enough. Zama, you are up.
All right. Let's see. Let's do magic missiles.
All right.
My go-to. Wait a second. Do I know this emerald word? I wasn't with the party at the time, but have I picked it up? This Yaz.
You guys have had time where you could have spent a little bit more time and talked about that kind of stuff. So just give me an intelligence check. You want to try to beat at least a 14. 14, there you go. So yeah, you've picked up on it and discussed with them, like, what is that word you're saying? What are you doing? And they've kind of described it to you. So they've told you that you need to do 1 point of spell burn, which gets added to a straight spell cast. So you would have technically, your spell cast is a +2, so you'd have a +3 when you burn 1 point of strength, agility, or stamina. And then you need to roll a 14 on your spell check.
Oof. Okay. Let's give that a shot.
Right.
Let's see. And for some reason, I'm having a hard time getting my. There we go. So strength, agility, stamina. Let's you spend a point of strength.
Okay.
And now I got to roll a 14 or better. Is that right?
Yep. So you have a +3 on this roll.
Okay. And I've got 2 fleeting luck. I'm going to spend 2.
All right, go ahead.
The +5.
Oof, just enough. As you say that, you see the creature again tries to leap forward at you and scratch at you, but you see the body itself starting to take on a less detailed form as it turns back into more of a solid emerald shape, and then it starts to crack and break apart and then shatters onto the floor, and it is now just a pile of emeralds.
All right, more donations to Justicia.
This is carved emeralds, right?
All right, so everyone can go ahead and give themselves another 2 points of experience. And I'm not going to make you continue to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. So at this point, you guys can spend the time to get your checks and able to either pull each other through or get yourselves through this door. All right, so you guys
keep
going on. You don't
going.
see any traps or anything going on, so you find yourself coming to a stairway that leads down.
Going to go down.
All right. So with that, I will take you back over to the other map. You guys follow the hallway and find yourself back in this larger room.
Chicken on the wolf are back.
Nah, they're down below still. You haven't been able to get them back. All right. Looks like
So
Callie, it's got you
Can
stuck.
Can the romantic interests that we've rescued, can they tell us where the cages are?
Yeah, they'd probably be with you because you're escorting them out of here. They tell you and guide you through. So basically, remember that skull room that you fought? So you would head to the north,
Yep.
and then you would go through that secret door back into the skull room. As you enter the skull room, it seems that it is inactive currently. It's no longer firing lasers at you. You go from the skull room and follow along through the path past the cages that had the creatures in them. You guys deactivated the trap, so they are still trapped inside those cages. And then you find a small little hallway that leads to the north. Door is untrapped. You're able to make your way through. You find a tiny little chamber with another door.
Is this door untrapped?
Does not appear to be trapped. So you can go ahead and open that door. And inside here, you find all of the villagers, well, at least the rest of the villagers that haven't been turned to Emerald Eidolons yet.
They're all so
Many
beautiful.
bearded girlfriends.
So with this, once you get here, there are, again, no doors. These are basically just bars that go from the floor to the ceiling to make up these cages. You don't see any hinges, no doors, anything else to indicate how you would get them out.
Leverage.
Can you guys see something? My screen is just blue.
Carl, and do a refresh really quick to see if it refreshes for you, because it didn't pull you over for some reason.
Okay.
Are there doors connecting the cells inside, or is it just, or is that one big cell and it's just?
Yeah, so it's separated, so it's like 4 chambers, and they're all divided by the same thing, just metal bars that go from top to bottom.
We asked them if they know how to get them open.
They say that the Emerald Enchanter would come in here, he would say a word, and the bars would disappear, and he would push us in.
Let's say that Yasmir word. Or whatever it was.
All
I'll
right.
imagine.
You say that word, and that word doesn't do anything.
Was there another word that you were given?
Open sesame.
I would say, to save you guys some time, that for this, you guys have not heard this word, and simply guessing it would be a challenge. So I'd say your best luck here would be to figure out some other way or means of getting in.
Let's try
Can I
our
try to
strength.
force open?
You could do strength checks.
Okay, let me try. I'm ignorant.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say with those 2 good ones, that's basically going to be like how it basically determines how long it takes. So you're going to be successful at this one way or the other. It was just depending on your roll how long it takes. With those 2 high rolls, you use a couple of the items that you have and find a good way to gain some leverage and start bending these bars enough, just wide enough that people can fit out one at a time. And you're able to get all of the villagers out of these cages.
Nice.
Come on, beautiful maidens.
All of you are now followers of Solsticia.
Yes, indeed. This rescue was brought to you by Justicia.
All right. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and switch things up here so you guys can see everything. Because you guys have basically done everything, so we'll kind of go through the way that you guys get out of here. So what I want to try to do is, I think if I take out that and hit Save Changes, can you guys see the whole map now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can see the whole map. So what you guys end up doing here is you guys remember how you came through here. You remember that this one hallway here was quite dangerous as the walls would attack. So what you guys end up doing is leading the party back through the hallway, through this room here. You quickly dart from the secret door through the other door into this hallway with the pit traps. Remembering that there is the secret door here you can go through. You make your way around the hallway, continue through this hallway, out into the main waiting area, and out the large double doors at the bottom. Unless there is anything else you guys would like to do.
Do you want to go free that ogre? That poor guy's gonna be trapped in there forever.
I'm sure he can work doors. You might not even. He may be smashing his way through. He may not even be in there anymore.
Do you guys think a portable sun would be of any use in that garden?
Maybe standing over a temple of Justicia or a statue of Justicia in a big room here.
Yeah, let's try getting the orb.
All right. So as you go to the orb, I need
Oh, yeah, there's plants that kill you.
a spellcaster can attempt a spell check for me.
Well, I'm a spellcaster. Let's see. And I've got +2. My armor. I guess I've got the time I could take off my armor and get a +4 out of it. Let's see.
18 is exactly the DC. So with that, you're able to concentrate. It's hot to the touch, like causes damage to the touch. But you concentrate on it, and you're able to move it 5 feet per round in any direction.
Nice. Okay. And these plants look vicious, right? They're probably dependent on that sun.
They look quite vicious. Yep.
Okay. Well, let's leave it in there for now. But now we've got a sun we can move around, and it might look quite nice in it.
And the ogre had gotten out. It had gotten out and gone somewhere. You're not sure where it went.
But there's still a many tentacle demon in a.
Yep, that one is still there.
I think we can just leave it. I think.
Yeah,
What if we just put the sun in it? Just like push the little sun inside of its gooey mass.
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like I was thinking about making friends with it. That's definitely a way to not make friends.
Yeah. Well, can we communicate telepathically through the shield with that demon?
I mean, you can always try.
We'll try.
Tell us your story.
All right, give me a personality.
Okay.
He was getting milked too, right?
Yep.
I guess at the very least.
All right. Yeah, with a 20, your God allows you to at least convey like emotions and things like that. And from this one, you get anger and a sense of longing to like return home.
All right. I will open. I'll communicate. The one who has tormented you has died, and I'll convey a vision of Carl smashing the skull in of the Emerald Enchanter.
All right.
And then I will open up the pentagram.
All right. As you do that, the tangled mass begins to writhe and come out of the pentagram. It almost pushes you out of the way and just begins moving rapidly out the door. It moves along down the hallway towards the stairs, up the stairs, and out of sight.
Hopefully that we won't live to regret that.
We should have traded a spell or something for it. Like elves could do multiple patrons. You could have, but that's all right. Great. I think we should make this our home, our base.
We're the new Emerald Enchanters.
Right. All right.
We've got girlfriends. We've got a big plant land. We can grow some corn in there.
We have a cabaret here,
Yeah. Yeah, really. It's the most luxurious.
Well, that is something we can consider. Spend some time fixing it up, make it a little bit nicer and stuff like that. And it's definitely something we can consider for your home base.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's going to be the new Temple of Solsticia.
Yep. All right. So we had a few things to sort through. So I think we still had the Emerald Staff. Who was going to hold on to that?
I was holding it, but I'm good with trading it for stuff too.
Let me make my case for it. Okay. One, I've got magic missiles with a +1 on it, so it's my go-to spell. Two, I gave out a couple of potions at the top of it without any, looking for any return. Three, I'll forego the spell books and the rings in exchange for that Emerald Staff. That seems like a good fit for me.
All right.
That Emerald Staff. That's my case.
Any argument?
It also benefits the save as well, so it's pretty powerful because it increases your saves as well. But it's up to the other wizards. The wizard. Are you okay with that?
Who's our person that left?
That was Dallas. She wanted either the staff or the ring, so we can give her the ring.
I was kind of going to advocate for the ring going to Ray, either Ray or Carl, but Ray because he used a scroll of fireball.
I will say it wasn't used up.
I would say Ray has a higher AC than Dalnith.
My AC is 10. Just putting that out there.
I'll trade you my ring or my scroll of fireball that's got 2 uses left.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. It would be cool for sure, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
argue.
The
I'm
For
other-
it.
definitely willing to trade it, but yeah, it's fine.
I was also thinking on Carl to get his AC even higher, makes it tankier.
It would be a little absurd, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the ring of protection that gives the AC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
I
take
take
the
this one?
skull ring just for fun.
So who's taking the skull ring?
Yeah,
Ray?
Ray? Oh, okay.
that could be the best one of all. Who knows what that is?
I'll say that you guys spend
Skull
some your downtime, and you go get this identified, and identify it as a ring of consultation. It allows the user to cast Speak with the Dead once a day.
Oh, shit. I mean, yeah, I don't think that really matters who's got it. Because we'll just concur as a group and then ask questions or whatever. So.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no, it's better for somebody who can actually cast spells, though, right?
Yeah.
It's already in your inventory, Ray. You have it. Well, you spent the time. We can on the next
Word.
one. You can always give it to somebody to use if you need to.
I think knowing that we need to put that Emerald Wizard in a refrigerator somewhere and have conversations with them regularly.
Right. Right.
Force him
We
to teach us spells.
Maybe just keep his head.
We could bring that brain guy with us because, like, he was such an angry dick. You know, we can just bother him all the time.
All right.
So,
So that was the staff and the ring of consultation. Who was taking the ring of protection?
Can I take?
Was it?
Our wizard with a 10 AC?
Yep.
Okay, ring
Oh, yeah,
of protection going on
better.
you. So you can increase your AC by 2. With that, Dalnith, let me look at her spells.
Those,
She's got a
magic
+1 to
missile as
her
well.
magic missile as well. And what other spells are in there? That was cantrip, find familiar. Doesn't have find familiar. Invoke patron, which being an elf already has. Magic shield, which she doesn't currently have. Runic alphabet and spider climb she doesn't have either, so she'll hold on to the book, the level 1 scroll book, which I didn't build, so I'll handle with that afterwards. Okay. We can fight over the last 2 spell books. One's a level 2, which is Wizard Staff. One's a level 3, which is Make Potion, which I'm not sure if anybody's going to be able to even reach. Is it level 2? Once you get level 3, you get level 2 spells?
Level 3, you get level 2 spells. Level 5, you get level 3 spells.
Okay, so somebody will have a level 2 spell slot. Let's see. Zama, your spell check is currently a +2 with the armor you're wearing. Dalnith's is +3.
And the spell is, what is this? The
Wizard
level 2
Staff
spell again?
is the level 2 spell.
Oh, well, that's pretty awesome, although that you can take time with that.
Yeah. Plus, I think, Zama, you have the staff that you got from the Enchanter, so maybe letting her have the book to learn that, she can then cast her own staff and make her own staff.
I totally think that's fair.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure she has that.
I got the ring, so I'm cool with that.
All right. I think that basically covers everything that was here. Oh, no. You guys found some scrolls, too, right? You were in
I got scrolls.
You got the... Who was that? That was... Who got scrolls? Sam?
I picked them up. Scroll of Magic Shield, Scroll of Ray Enfeeblement.
All right. Did I already throw those in your inventory? Yes, I did. Okay. I already put those in your inventory, so we're good. That is everything handled.
I'll give somebody this Scroll of Magic Shield because I can already cast that. Somebody else. Like the
I
thief
can
might
too.
might-
Yeah. Give it to the
You might keep it for when you've like lost access to the spell.
That
True.
might be true too.
Yep. You can always give it to somebody in the
Right,
at
in the
time.
moment.
Yep.
Yeah, here, have this.
And hey, guys, since this table's up front is so close to the door, maybe we can drag that out with us. This emerald table.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Let me have the 3 spellcasters roll intelligence checks.
Oh, great. Sorry. Fine.
Oh.
I'm just a country wizard.
Yeah, none of you can figure out exactly how the Emerald Enchanter used the table to kind of come in and out of the room.
Just sand on it.
But in the future, you could spend some time to try to figure it out.
Right?
Yeah. No, I think we should set up shop here if this is our home base.
I like the idea of this being the home base and
Yeah,
future
same.
temple for Justicia.
We've got
What?
lab spaces, living spaces, all kinds of cool stuff.
Summoning circles, rooms.
Yeah. Basements we can trap demons in. all kinds of stuff.
No, nobody's summoning demons here. Sorry.
This is our lair.
How much money did we get?
So you got the treasure that you found going through this, and you rescued your friends and family that had been kidnapped. You will get this area. I don't think anybody's going to be fighting you for it, but no additional gold from this. The village, basically, you volunteered to go rescue people because there were personally people that you knew that you came to rescue.
Right, but I guess I'm wondering about like with all of the emerald crap that we got. So
We got 20 gold pieces worth of shards.
I could
We
say
need to
that
hire
over the
dru-
you're leveling up to level 3, so that'll be 3 months of downtime to level up to level 3. You could spend time coming back and forth to here, gaining more of the emerald pieces, chipping away at some, maybe even bringing a jeweler here to see what he can do. So I would say overall, you guys are able to get.
We could start our own emerald currency with all that emerald.
Right. So as you get them inspected, you realize that the emeralds aren't like pure emerald. This is a emerald type material that came from like another plane. Through reading like the books and tomes that you went through, and you spent some more time studying them, it seems like the demon that was down in the basement, the big white demon, that demon was held there to not only have its fluids drained to use in the transmogrification vats, but also to summon these large emerald slabs into existence. So they're not actual true emerald, but they're very emerald-like materials. So kind of like your fake emerald, so costume jewelry type stuff. So they're not worth as much as you originally thought they would be worth. But overall, I would say you guys are able to get, let me see, roughly... roughly 1,000 gold pieces total worth, and then basically the market's flooded at that point, and you can't really get any value for any additional.
We broke the economy.
Yep.
But,
Well, the
But we
emerald
could-
economy.
but we could bedazzle our armor with emeralds.
Oh, yeah,
so we look like
absolutely.
emerald encrusted creatures.
Yep.
We walk around.
Yeah, we'll recruit a.
So I would say with 1,000 pieces, basically everybody gets a chance to get. I'll bump it up to 12 just to make it simple. So everybody gets 200 gold pieces worth out of all of the emerald and stuff like that.
And from now on, we'll be known as the Emerald Fellowship.
Right? All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. So thank you guys for playing along. DCC Sunday Morning Drive. That was the end of the Emerald Enchanter. And we will look forward to whatever adventure you guys get into next. So thank you for being here.